Previously on Back of the Bus.
There are other studios that are allowing those creators to serve you in a real way and not just serve you trauma porn or stereotypes or tropes and trying to tell you that it's honorable or that it's, but it's shot beautifully so that we all have to bow down and treat people like they're the gods of cinema, right? There are people who aren't trying to feed you shit and call it ice cream.
Here's what we had going on last week on Dubs and Nails. Essentially, the lawyer is saying I'm not prepared to try this case. Like, I can't walk into this case with the amount of access that I've had to Diddy.
Yeah.
Which I can't imagine that any other lawyer is going to have it as an easier time going forward either. So, still not doing your homework, I see. Well, I'll catch you up here. Here's last week's takes on Behind the Cape.
Whatever Gunn has planned with the Lanterns seems like it's a
Well thought out,
layered story. Like, it's going to be a progressing story. That's why he's kind of setting up the mentor-mentee thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think he kind of has to do it that way if he's a Hal Jordan fan, because it is just my line of thinking that Hal or Guy Gardner are kind of begotten characters in the Green Lantern fan base. I think they have moved on to John Stewart, in my opinion. People have other opinions about that.
Previously on Back of the Bus.
There are other studios that are allowing those creators to serve you in a real way and not just serve you trauma porn or stereotypes or tropes and trying to tell you that it's honorable or that it's, but it's shot beautifully so that we all have to bow down and treat people like they're the gods of cinema, right? There are people who aren't trying to feed you shit and call it ice cream.
Here's what we had going on last week on Dubs and Nails. Essentially, the lawyer is saying I'm not prepared to try this case. Like, I can't walk into this case with the amount of access that I've had to Diddy.
Yeah.
Which I can't imagine that any other lawyer is going to have it as an easier time going forward either. So, still not doing your homework, I see. Well, I'll catch you up here. Here's last week's takes on Behind the Cape.
Whatever Gunn has planned with the Lanterns seems like it's a
well thought out,
layered story. Like, it's going to be a progressing story. That's why he's kind of setting up the mentor-mentee thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think he kind of has to do it that way if he's a Hal Jordan fan, because it is just my line of thinking that Hal or Guy Gardner are kind of begotten characters in the Green Lantern fan base. I think they have moved on to John Stewart, in my opinion. People have other opinions about that.
Previously on Back of the Bus.
There are other studios that are allowing those creators to serve you in a real way and not just serve you trauma porn or stereotypes or tropes and trying to tell you that it's honorable or that it's, but it's shot beautifully so that we all have to bow down and treat people like they're the gods of cinema, right? There are people who aren't trying to feed you shit and call it ice cream.
Here's what we had going on last week on Dubs and Nails. Essentially, the lawyer is saying I'm not prepared to try this case. Like, I can't walk into this case with the amount of access that I've had to Diddy.
Yeah.
Which I can't imagine that any other lawyer is going to have it as an easier time going forward either. So, still not doing your homework, I see. Well, I'll catch you up here. Here's last week's takes on Behind the Cape.
Whatever Gunn has planned with the Lanterns seems like it's a
well thought out,
layered story. Like, it's going to be a progressing story. That's why he's kind of setting up the mentor-mentee thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think he kind of has to do it that way if he's a Hal Jordan fan, because it is just my line of thinking that Hal or Guy Gardner are kind of begotten characters in the Green Lantern fan base. I think they have moved on to John Stewart, in my opinion. People have other opinions about that.
Hey, yo. What up? Who we got in chat right now? Perp. We got Black Hat JRV. What up, people? What's going on? Marcus, sir, what's up with you?
Chilling, man. As always, it's your resident entertainment kings. You know what I'm saying? What up with you, Josh?
Chilling, man. Just got back from breakfast with the fam not too long ago.
It is 4:22.
Well, not too long ago, meaning like 2
It is
hours ago. I
4:22.
did that. Then I came here and did this. So
Okay, yeah.
oh
yeah.
no, and I watched Invincible.
Invincible was a good watch.
It was
Make
actually.
sure if you haven't seen our episode reviews this season thus far, go check those out, and then stay tuned for obviously episode. What was it 6 or 7? Was it 6 or 7? Episode 6 review here coming up. Will be out this week. It's been a hell of a ride, man. And I called something earlier this season on one of the after credit scenes. It seems like that's going to pay off, and yeah, a lot of stuff going on there.
Facts.
I'm gonna give too much away. Y'all gonna watch that review. Go watch it. Go watch it.
Yeah, that seems to be working well for us on the algorithm. Invincible this season working pretty well. The random Aaron Gordon short that I decided to post is working pretty well as well.
Felix, what up? What up? Didn't mean to throw you no smoke over the Tennessee women's basketball team. My bad.
YN, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Big YN business.
Never
big YN business over here. You know what I mean.
First of all, it would only cement that entire show is a sham if it does, and if it does, just wait on the video because it's coming. I plan to rub their nose in that one if they are so foolish as to dub that movie. Was it film of the year or
movie? No, film of the year. Yeah, right.
Whatever.
I don't watch the Oscars that often.
Yeah, see, it's not legitimate. I can't really get into it anymore.
If nobody's getting slapped, I don't watch the Oscars.
If the movie that the trans people says is offensive to trans people, wins an Oscar for best film. There you go.
Best picture,
I don't even know where we at anymore. It's just complete. It's actual theater. Right? Best picture. There you go. Best picture. Yeah, hell no. Absolutely not. Fam, there's an L. Oh, damn. Yeah, I'm going to need a second to get my L's together, but there is an L regarding the Oscars in regards to best film.
Are we not covering that in
Behind the Cape? Or no, it's in my dozen.
So I should take it out of the list for Behind the Cape?
Yes, you should.
All right, I'm just asking.
Back up off my shit.
I'm just asking. I thought we talked about this, but okay. Actually, I remember saying it, but I guess we didn't maybe.
No, but the fact that Amelia Perez is even in consideration delegitimizes it, especially because of this other story that we got going on. But we'll get to all that. We'll get to that.
Tony Robinson, what up? Absolutely. Turn back of the bus on.
Rob, what up? Make sure y'all smash that like. You know the algorithm be hating on us. Let's try to fight back. Get up!
Not the Meek Mill get up.
Get up!
Yikes. Okay. Behind the Cape. I almost said back of the bus. Behind the Cape.
Behind the Cape it is.
Yep. Get right into it. All right.
I'm gonna just go ahead and prep y'all. I'm gonna be getting up back and forth for the third week in a row. I've been doing daddy daycare while the stream starts, so bear with me.
Happens. Nora started out solid in the first half, but the second half felt like a dragged out.
You said dragged out like this.
Felt like it dragged out. Okay,
yeah.
All right, got you.
What are the other films up for best film?
Well, let's check. Best. There we go.
Best picture
nominees. Amelia Perez, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Nickel Boys, I'm Still Here, The Substance, Wicked, Anora, The Brutalist, and your favorite to win, Dune Part 2.
They hating on Dune Part 2. I've seen Dune Part 2. Give me the list again. I'll let you know what I've seen.
Well, if I can figure this out, I'll bring it up. Share screen. There we go. I think.
Okay. Yeah, attaboy.
And then let me. It's cooking.
Unfortunately, right. I've seen Amelia Perez, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Wicked. And I think that's all that I've seen out of this list. I mean, obviously, of the ones that I've seen, hands down, is Dune Part 2 for me. But I've heard good things about The Substance. Only vitriol and controversy about Amelia Perez. Nothing about Nickel Boys or I'm Still Here. Nora. Obviously, we just had a review from Nora, but I don't know, man. I just don't know how they fall upon these movies. Much of it is about the campaigning around it, the studios associated with it, and then all the politics that come behind it, so that we end up having this random hodgepodge of a list. And it's like, oh, best picture. Well, huh? I guess some of them in here are worthy. But then again, it's kind of hard to tell on a year by year basis, because Amelia Perez is absolute dog shit. It's horse caca. It is terrible.
I'm gonna be honest. A couple of movies got snubbed here, and I think we are all thinking it, but we're not saying it yet. And I just don't.
What you got? What you got?
I mean, I think it's very clear that Joker Folie à Deux got absolutely snubbed.
Yeah, hold on. You keep talking to the people about Joker Folie à Deux.
And then obviously, I mean, if you gotta go, you gotta go. But I'll tell the people. Obviously, Madam Web. What do we like? How do you miss Madam Web? Clearly, one of the best pictures I think I've seen all 2024. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't see anybody in the chat talking about these movies, but clearly we're due for a Madam Web Oscar. I mean, am I alone in this thinking? I don't think I am. What? Why are you laughing? Madam Web was probably the best movie I've seen all 2024. Dakota Johnson did such a great job. She deserves a Best Actress. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. See, you guys are hating. That's what's happening. Dakota Johnson was amazing in Madam Web, all right? All of the quotables from Madam Web, I mean, come on. Clearly. Jonathan Majors will be snubbed once we all see Magazine Dreams. I hope not. I mean, hopefully the movie is just good enough to get him back to his return. We obviously haven't seen it, so I mean, we don't know how good it is, but from all the reviews, it seems to be a good movie, and hopefully garners some Oscar buzz for next year. The only movie that doesn't make sense here is Amelia Perez. Anything else is solid. They should have replaced Amelia Perez with Sing Sing. Okay, Perp, I hear you. I hear you. Trust me, I really do hear you. But Madam Web was the best movie of all time. I'm just saying. Madam Web, wow, peak cinema. Cinema. You can hate all you want. I don't care. Oh, let me see if I can get mine full screen. Oh, no. I can't full screen me, but Madam Web, cinema. Okay? Yeah. You guys are hating, but it is what it is. What else got snubbed? Let me look through this worst films of the the American Society of Magical Negroes. How do we forget that? Snubbed, absolutely snubbed. The Magical Negroes movie got snubbed.
Cut it out. Stop now. Have to stop in the middle of laying her down. Cut it out.
Get on to the actual best picture. We haven't even started behind the cake. That's the funny thing about this. Let's see. The Magical Negroes deserve to be in that list, man. I'm telling you. Okay, what else we got? The Mean Girls musical, right? Okay, yeah. We all appreciate musicals, right? Wicked, Mean Girls. It's of the same ilk. I'm just saying. What else? Marcus probably doesn't want to talk about it, but Rebel Moon deserves to be up there. Okay, what else? William Moloch, appreciate you, my boy. You ain't got a job today. You ain't working today. That's cap. That's big cap. But appreciate you, my boy. That's much appreciated. And I'm sure if Marcus was here, he would say the same. That kid is adorable. She is adorable. She's active. Like active. Like she be moving. Okay. The Brutalist is good just as long as fuck Adrian Adrian will win Best Actor. Adrian Brody. I can see that. Good actor. Solid actor. All right, let's move on. Let's move past this list of clearly snubs. Clearly snubs. I don't think I see any other huge snubs here, but I think we all know Mean Girls the musical, the Magical Negroes deserved a place here. Trap, the M. Night Shyamalan movie, clear snub, clearly snubbed. Ricky Stenicki with John Cena. Ricky Stenicki definitely deserved to be on this list of best pictures. I mean, what a movie. Zac Efron, best actor, clearly. You guys are hating. I know you are. Let's see. I think that's about it. I think that's a good snub list. That's a solid list. I'm telling y'all, Chris Hemsworth was snubbed in Furiosa. I don't know about that one. I don't know if I agree with that one. John Cena, though, I'm telling you, he's going places. That Ricky Stenicki role, cinema. Best actor, John Cena and Ricky Stenicki. Best actress, Dakota Johnson and Madam Web. Now, what's the best film? The Magical Negroes. Bad Boys 4. Do they have that? I don't know if they have. Do they have a best action film? You know, they don't like comedy films and action films, so I don't know if they actually have that. No, I don't think they do. I think that would suffice in an action film genre, but I don't think they actually cover action films. They hate action films. They hate superhero films, which is the same thing, and they hate comedy films. So, Cameron Taylor, what up, my boy? What's good? Okay. All right. So we've already killed the list of best actor, best actress, Dakota Johnson and John Cena, and best film being The Magical Negroes. What else we got? What other categories are we looking for? Let's actually look it up. Let me bring the screen back up. Boom. Okay. Oscar categories. Oscar. Let's just do nominations. Let's do this one. Al Jazeera is crazy. Why am I using this? Okay. So we already got best actor, best actress, best film, best picture. Best director. M. Night Shyamalan for Trap. Thank you, Felix, for the $10. The American Society of Magical Negro slander, it will not be welcome here. It's clearly the best picture. It's clearly Oscar worthy. It's cinema. Cinematography. Should we give Mean Girls the musical that? Or Joker, Folie à Deux? See, that's the thing. Musicals should be winning out this year. It should be Wicked, Joker 2, Folie à Deux, and what was the other one I said? Mean Girls, musical. Joker, Folie à Deux for cinematography. Dennis got snubbed for best director nom. M. Night Shyamalan got snubbed for best director. Trap was one of the best movies I've seen all year. You know what? I actually feel like I should. I'm obviously BSing quite a bit here. I should do an Oscar. I should do the Oscar Awards myself, the Academy Awards, for all of the movies that I have seen in 2024. Now, a lot of those movies won't be in it. I didn't see Joker, Folie à Deux. I didn't see Mean Girls musical. I clearly didn't see Magical Negroes. But I should. I think I should come up with a list of the best movies that I myself have seen in 2024. Because there's only going to be like 3 movies. There's only going to be like a list of 3 movies total. Man, cut this BS. This is a whack year for movies. There was nothing that moving. Hey, bro. If you want to hate on Madam Web, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. Madam Web was Oscar worthy. Mofly, not true at all. There were some Perp likes horror movies. There were some solid horror movies that came out. I always give David Allen Greer a chance, hoping he can give him another performance like John Cena acting in Ricky Stenicki brought me to tears. You know what I mean? Such a great actor, right? Like, who needs Dave Bautista when you have John Cena putting up bangers like Ricky Stenicki? Like it's like the Drake meme where he's like, I can't even do it on here. Like, he's like this, and that's Dave Bautista, but then he's like that for John Cena and Ricky Stenicki. I'm telling you, this is gold. Why don't I just do the show by myself? This is absolutely gold. I love this. But you know what? Honestly, though, I can't wait for 2025 Oscar season. I think there's going to be a lot of good movies that do come out for 2025. Maybe we should do a too early list for 2025, and hopefully Jonathan Majors movie makes it somewhere up there. Just a thought.
Yes.
No Marvel movies will make it up there, but
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, we got some supers.
A couple.
Dang, William Moloch, what up?
Felix, I entertained the people enough, apparently.
Yeah, you did the thing. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, no, I'm a circus ringleader over here.
So before we start behind the cake, because we still haven't done that, I just wanted to let you know what got snubbed and what should be. No. Well, I guess I didn't say behind the cape
again. I knew where it was going.
Behind the cape.
Let's get there you go.
Yes, Best Picture, Magical Negroes. Best Actor, John Cena, Ricky Stenicki. And Best Actress, Dakota Johnson, Madam Web. We've already all agreed. Oh, what did I say? Cinematography.
Is this because they're illegitimate, so we're just naming bullshit to win it anyways?
No, it's because those are the best movies that came out in 2024, and they got snubbed.
Cool.
Best director was M. Night Shyamalan for Trap. That's what it was.
Shout out to M. Night Shyamalan, man. That's my boy.
Ooh, Nosferatu got snubbed too.
Nosferatu was good.
Dakota Johnson's a nepo baby.
Absolutely.
She is, but she also gave an amazing performance in Madam Web.
Can we talk about real topics now?
I mean, sure, you're here now. All right. Let's talk about the first look at Lanterns, which, to my dismay, I thought it was a whole mini trailer.
No, literally just a picture.
It's just a picture.
Like, initially, I was hyped. I was like, all right, they already starting to shoot. It's cool. Yada, yada. And then I just started looking. I'm like, all right, where they at? And I'm like, well, wait, hold on, wait. Okay, I see some rings, but why do I have to look so hard for the rings? All right. Then I'm like, damn, why is she not green? And I'm like, damn, why ain't got no suits on? Wait, this is the first shot, and they don't have the suits on? Like, what? I don't know, man. I would have done it different. I would have either held this back or maybe given something of material worth. Like, this is just, yeah, we know these are the guys that are acting in it, and we can see Kyle Chandler's ring. It's just, I don't know. I would have gone with more, right? Yeah. Especially following up
Kyle Chandler and Carhartt.
Yeah, especially because of the reaction to the initial first look on Superman, right? Like, I think, all right, well, we at least start to gauge this. Let's start maybe coming with a little bit more substance for the people when we introduce. No, they stick to the plan. They stick to the motion. I do think it's going to be good. I still have faith in the show. I have faith in Aaron Pierre. I agree. The people who are trying to convince me that this man is just he's just only a few shades lighter. It's just only a few degrees. Fam, look at him next to Kyle Chandler.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of nuts.
You know what I mean? I would never let that go completely. But I do have faith in him as an actor. I think he's going to do well in the show. I just, let's give it some more, right? Like, I don't think DC is not really, it's not like they don't need it. It's not like they don't need positive buzz. So take every opportunity you can. If you're going to release some footage. You know what I mean? Jon Stewart, Don't ring because the ring doesn't work on yellow.
That's fucking funny.
Yeesh. Yeah, no, I fully expect by the time this show is over for dude to be a star, man. They'll darken him up in post. Y'all are nuts. Y'all are crazy.
Y'all are hilarious.
Hey, I seen a post. Wait, hold on. Was that you that told me about it? It was like the what was it? It was the not so darkest night, and the light skinnest day, or something like that. There's a mantra to the lanterns about the darkest night and the lightest day, or something like that, and they like flipped it for like the light skinned Aaron Pierre.
I feel like I've seen that, but I don't think I sent it to you.
Man, if somebody knows what I'm talking about, please put it in here. That was hilarious. All
Looking
the same.
Keon Chandler is crazy.
Keon Chandler. I'm really excited about this series though. Like, if
Is
nothing
this
else, Another Gun is dropping a female Lantern animated series. Yeah, it's part of the new animated slate that they released. I don't really know who that girl, Jessica. Is it Jessica? It's Jessica Cruz, I think.
I don't know nothing about a female.
Her name is Jessica Cruz. Yeah, no, she apparently she popped up in some animated features before. They're gonna have an animated series about her. There's gonna be a short series about fucking crypto for God knows what reason. I guess he just really misses doing the Groot shit, apparently. So, he needs some more of that over here.
Yeah, big yikes.
And what else? There was a Superman one or Supergirl animated series. Something.
I think I did see Supergirl.
Supergirl. Yep. I mean, that could take us out of Lantern straight into the other DC thing about the planned output from DC.
I just wanted to read this out loud. Aaron is the honey mustard lantern is crazy.
Yo.
It just reminds me of the video of the guy saying, eating a burger with no honey mustard, eating a burger with no honey mustard. You've never seen it. Okay,
that just goes. I was about to say, man, people algorithms be different because I don't know what the hell you talking about. Is she going to be played by Michelle Rodriguez?
Like maybe from like a year ago. Anyway.
No.
Yeah, I don't know who she's going to be played by. Well, I didn't even know there was a Lanterns girl. Again, I'm a casual, so
now if I can critique a little bit while I'm praising Lanterns, I will say that one thing that I think will be the detriment is mantlifying it, much like another IP that we're going to discuss, unfortunately, at some point today. Over mantlifying it, like, oh man, we got a million lanterns. Like, of course, yes, you do. There's a mantle core. I mean, there's a lantern core. You have to acknowledge that at some point, but it's not that you have to highlight each individual one on Earth. Okay, you already have a series with Hal and John. You're going to be putting Guy Gardner in the Superman movie. I'm assuming that these are going to be at different time periods because of the way that they're dressed. So that levels it out a bit. But one of these guys is going to have to be king. Even if for some ungodly reason you decide not to let it be Jon Stewart, even by like who they have cast is like Kyle Chandler, Nathan Fillion, Aaron Pierre. Which one of y'all think he's going to be the lead man in the next 10 years? Out of that lot.
Aaron Pierre. That's Mufasa.
Nathan Fillion, Kyle Chandler, Aaron Pierre. Which one of y'all think is going to be the guy to go forward with? But in any case, even if for some reason that maybe they recast or maybe they change directions, they go with somebody else, somebody's going to have to be king. And kind of flattening the role of Green Lantern out to just a space police force would be a disservice.
Facts. What did he say?
Mantlifying.
Mantlifying.
Yeah, you can't mantlify. You can't overly mantlify it.
I will approve.
If you hear somebody else using that, you know where you heard it first.
That's a fact. They're already watering down the Lantern core.
It's too much. Like, he's overly ambitious. I think sometimes he overestimates what the audience will gravitate to, right? And he has a boss that is very numbers hungry. So if he doesn't see huge return, being that Zaslav, if he doesn't see huge returns out of all this output that you're planning, which is there's 7 total projects. There was 2 live action, 2 films, 2 live action series, an animated series. There's 6. There was something else that I'm missing.
There's a lot. I don't know how many there is, but I don't
There
know
was
the
7
number.
total. They want to do 7 a year. That includes 2 films, 2 films in the theaters, 2 live action series a year,
Oh,
2 animated series. So that's 6. And then maybe like a special feature, special presentation. I know the number was 7. See if I find out how many movies and TV shows are released every year. Let's scroll down. Let's read it.
Well, I was just bringing this up as a background to the fact that we're just going to talk about the fact that James Gunn is on some shit.
Let's get the real number.
Okay. The new DC Universe franchise has some specific release goals, according to James Gunn and Peter Safran. Following the launch of Creature Commandos in 2024, the DCU franchise is getting ready to go bigger across the big and small screens from DC Studios. With the many DCU Chapter 1 movies and TV shows that are on the way, it is bringing in blah, 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 blah. One of the big aspects that was discussed was their strategy for how films and shows would be released by DC Studios and what kind of numbers to expect release-wise. Okay. Here we go. Our production goal is 2 live action films and 1 animated film per year. We're also targeting 2 live action and 2 animated series for Max per year. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7.
That's insane. That is insane. Like, even if Marvel was at its peak clip, right? I don't think they were doing this much Infinity Saga, phase 3. I don't think they were putting out this much. Well, obviously they weren't, because we didn't have any live action series going on like that. But even if, let's say we counted the Netflix shit too. So Jessica Jones and Daredevil and Luke Cage and Iron Fist and all that. That was like maybe the midpoint of the Infinity Saga. I would say most of that stuff was. Daredevil was a little bit later. Punisher, that was a little bit later, but majority of that stuff was like smack dab in the middle of the Infinity Saga. Even at that point, they weren't doing 2. So when they're saying that, they're either saying season 2 of ongoing series or new series, right? So 2 live action movies, 1 animated movie, a live action movie on Max, and an animated movie on Max. And I'm missing something else.
Animated. It was an animated film, or 2 animated series and 2 animated films for Max.
The animated series, 2 animated series. Like I think he's overindulging, man. He's overjudging what they will handle, because again, he's not giving you heavy hands of Batman, heavy hands of Superman. He's giving you Booster Gold. He wants to give you Swamp Thing and Clayface.
Clayface is crazy.
Even if he's working at like an 80% clip, his lows are going to be low, right? Like the potential, the top end for Booster Gold is probably like Peacemaker, and Peacemaker is not leading the ship as a brand. It's people enjoy it. It's a good show. I don't think it's going as loud and like, all right, yeah, you can have another $200 million for a series just like Peacemaker, but that's like Booster Gold's ceiling. So if we were to change,
especially with Sean William Scott,
you feel me? or even the guy who played Gilgamesh in Eternals, the funny guy, he was in the Cat movie with Batista. He was like driving the
what is his name?
Driving the car. I can't think of his name. Yeah, can't think of his name. But yeah, that guy. He could be Booster Gold too. I just, either way, the top end of that character is not very high, even if it's successful. So he's taking a lot of swings and promising a lot of output at the same time, which even to this date, even off of the stuff that you've announced, which is maybe teasing some content for some later weeks here. Maybe I should get off of this topic. But even to this date, he hasn't really delivered to the degree that he's promised thus far. So to be doubling down, like, no, we're gonna pump out more. right now feels ambitious. It feels maybe a little bit overly ambitious.
Like MoFly said here, and for the record, Creature Commandos was meh at best, so it hasn't been a good start so far.
And now you're giving me Supergirl, Jessica Cruz, Green Lantern, and there was another one in there too. I don't think it was. Oh, and obviously the crypto shit, which nobody wants, which is just a self project that he obviously is into, that no one else is clamoring for. Promise you, we weren't even really clamoring for the Groot shorts, right? Some of them were pleasant. The holiday ones hit more than the rest, but we weren't asking for that. We weren't like, hey, where's our Guardians in between special presentations? Like, damn, put that shit in my veins, bro. Nobody was saying that. So now to hear him at a new studio president, he's got the reins and he's just doubling down on his stuff. It's either going to work or it's going to fail miserably, because I don't think this guy likes to pivot at all.
Yeah, I just think he's being just a little overzealous, and let's get some things right first before we double down and triple down.
Bro, do your job first before you start giving all these lengthy, ambitious promises. Yeah, man, we're putting out 7 projects a year. You know what I'm saying? All right,
like, what happens if Superman sucks? Like, then what?
Derails all of this, doesn't it?
Kind of.
Starfire was the other one. Thank you, Perk. Starfire was the other series, which if you're you're reading into the tea leaves even more, Titans is on the schedule. Now, how we're doing Titans live action, a movie, Josh, a movie about the Titans. We are getting Superman this summer.
Mm-hmm.
We still don't know who our Batman is going to be in this universe going forward.
I know who my Batman is.
Green Lantern is in a TV show with Kyle Chandler. Martian Manhunter is nowhere to be formed, nowhere to be found. Wonder Woman somewhere in purgatory. There's no Justice League, Josh. Why the fuck why do the Titans even exist if there is no Justice League yet? You understand what I'm saying? Like, yes, because obviously there's an appetite for the Titans.
Yeah.
Sure. How did they get here? How did they form together? How did Robin, Starfire, Beast Boy, Cyborg, how did all of them, how did they get together? How did they do that? Why did they form? Why did they get in this big ass T-tower out in San Francisco? If not to be a secondary team to the Justice League.
Yeah. This is looking bad. Crypto trying to appeal to that Paw Patrol crowd. Super Pets live action win. Can we not?
Man, y'all playing.
Can we not? Mess around and have Homeward Bound or whatever the one with the pets talking. We got Blue Beetle coming. That hasn't been announced. Another Blue Beetle film?
No. I think there's going to be an animated series with Blue Beetle, and they're getting all of the characters from the movie to voice the characters.
That's not a bad move.
Animated series. I mean, but that's what he promised, right? Was that it was going to be a 1-to-1, everything's going to be seamless, in one universe, everything's going to be the same. We're going to mesh it all together. And then I guess this will be the start of that. Yeah.
MoFly is a corn sweat hater. I don't know too many people who don't love Cavill, so
yeah, no, I mean, I definitely prefer Cavill, but I still need to see Corn Sweat actually do the job. You know, I won't judge him off of teasers and trailers. I didn't like the first look. I don't really like the suit. I like that, but again, I'll watch him do the thing, and then I'll judge whether or not, how it levels out with Cavill.
That's okay. Let them cook. I'm actually willing to let them cook. It just doesn't look good right now. But again, they've got some chances to take a swing and hopefully hit the ball at the park. It's just we're looking a little shaky right now.
Mm-hmm.
Raven and Trigon miniseries. Would y'all be down?
Yes. Live action? We talking live action, or are we doing? I mean, I would do it either way. I would do animated. We probably get it quicker if it was animated.
Yeah. Keith Sweat looked kind of small in that trailer. Is hilarious. That's fucking funny.
And what
Cavill looked dope as Soups. That's it. No, he's gonna look dope as what was
He
the thing
looked
that
dope.
everybody was-
I
everybody was trying
I
to
I
have him
preferred the
something else.
tone. I don't know. Well, maybe not the color thing. I think Zach's a little obsessed with gray and black. But
Bond. That's what it was. Bond. We were talking about Bond. And
Henry
people were
Cavill,
trying to fan cast him as Bond.
I think Cavill's overall feel as Supes just it commanded attention. Right? Like when you think about what Superman is, and I'm not even a Superman fan, but the idea of Superman being this ultra imposing being, like not even a human being, an alien, but then is able to also at the same time be this gentle giant, like this guy you would almost beat up if you didn't know that he was Superman, which that's who he actually is. That's Clark Kent, a guy who gets pushed around and bullied when he's not Superman. So it's that was Henry Cavill to me. Now again, I've never seen Corey Sweat do the thing yet. We have not seen him line up and be Soup on screen just yet. So.
I did see him get dragged by the dog in the
Crypto, take me home. Ran fades back to back, Crypto. Back to the hood.
That's funny.
Back to the hood, Crypto.
Yeah,
Grab the switches, Crypto.
Yikes. Grab the switches is crazy.
Grab the switches. It's too many of them, Crypto.
All right. We've got some. Here we go. I guess I'm gonna have to use
Superman
Twitter.
is an immigrant, and I don't like those. Hey, hey, you know what? I ain't gonna. You know what? I'm gonna stop talking.
You know what? I mean, he is an alien. I think that's the one time that you can actually
No, man, that's
refer
fucked up,
to him as an alien.
This nigga.
He's literally an alien. Nah, that's Crypto.
All
right, yeah, okay. I feel good. I made the jokes earlier on, and now it seems like Chad is in a joking mode today. I like it. I fuck with it. All right. Let's talk about some Avengers Doomsday concept art.
That leaked out
Straight from Twitter. Let's pull it up into the screen here. All right. Boom. Oh, wait, no, that didn't do it. What the fuck? I just copied it. There we go. See it? Perfect. Cool.
Yep, we got it up.
Boom. We've got obviously Doom here. We got Doctor Strange, it looks like.
Yep. Strange.
So any thoughts on that at all?
Yeah, I'm not going to do this. Y'all know I don't do the spoiler stuff. I'm not going to ruin the movie for people who are going to eventually going to see this, because it does actually seem like the one of the concept artists had their stuff leaked online. And this is, at least these concept stuff is pretty legit. Now, what that means for the narrative, there's a bunch of stuff, right? If you've read Secret Wars by Jonathan Hickman, then you know what at least some of this stuff is probably alluding to with Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom, in terms of Strange kind of being his sheriff on Battle World. You know, you got the Hawks kind of meeting up here with I think that's Scar, probably going to be Scar. There was the table scene with Star-Lord and what seems to be the Young Avengers. Oh no, I mean that's Vision, but there was another one. They were in like a bar or some shit like that, which you can see. Go to the one with the kids that's sitting at the table for me. Because I mean, no, go back up. They don't have it on here. There was one where all of the Young Avengers were sitting around a table, sitting with Star-Lord and I think Wong.
I wonder if I can go through.
No, you good. Because I'm not gonna be on it too long. I was just saying, Eli Bradley wasn't there. There was no Eli Bradley. It was Iman Vellani and a bunch of Vanilla Bean.
Vanilla Bean.
Like, I can't escape me the people that we're not seeing. Right, like it's obvious. Obviously, the biggest story is the big dog right there, right? The whoever that Black Panther is down there it's a shame.
Is this what you were talking about?
Yeah, that's the picture I'm talking about. So as you can see, we've got Wiccan, we got Speed, we got Amon, we got Kate Bishop, we've got who is that? Hold on, wait. Is that
Kate Bishop, Amon.
no, who
This
that?
is
That's
Ant-Man.
That's Lang. Yeah, Lang. Little Cassie Lang.
Yeah.
And then we got Wong and we got Star Lord. No Eli Bradley. Right? I don't see Sam Wilson anywhere in here and popping up. Obviously, we know he'll be in the movie, but it goes to show you how much he's already being considered.
It's a little alien right here. I don't know what this is.
Dupe, maybe? The X-Men, a mutant. Which I guess they're going full-fledged. Iman Vellani is an X-Men, is a mutant. She'll probably be leading the X-Men at some point. So brace yourself for that. But yeah, man, it's just the faces that aren't here. Before we even start talking about Black Panther, it's the faces that aren't here. Right? Nothing for Monica. See if she pops up. But already, it wasn't just, we didn't have room for him in Captain America. We couldn't fit him in. There was too many characters. No, he's done. So that opportunity for him to break through in Brave New World got snatched, and now he's not even part of the Young Avengers team that's going to pop up in this movie. Now, to get to the Black Panther of it all, I see that that they named the concept art T'Chanda. They were trying to say that was talking about Azuri, T'Challa's grandfather. Also seen a lot of people saying that this lines up directly as the concept art kind of looks like Damson Idris to me. I don't know what y'all think. It kind of looks like him in my opinion. That kind of goes along with the idea that they're going to age up the T'Challa. I'm gonna say this not for this audience. Obviously, y'all have common sense. Y'all know, and this doesn't need to be explained. But if you're doing the work of softening the blow for people, for the audience, of trying to assimilate them towards the idea that Toussaint T'Challa, the one that grew up in Haiti, was raised by what is that girl's name? Nakia.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah, Nakia, right? Malice.
I couldn't remember.
Is T'Challa. Like, if you have to go the length of saying there's going to be a male adult Black Panther named T'Challa, if you have to say all of that and you don't feel the horse shit in the statement, I can't help you. But I would urge you to either change course and be very clear about what it is you're championing, right? Just say it out loud. It's going to be T'Challa Jr., and that's cool with me. That's fine with me. That's a fine opinion to hold, but stand on it. Stand on it. Don't do this business of conflating. Oh, well, there's going to be an adult male Black. No. Because an adult white male named Wayne could be Damian. Right? And then we all good? That's Batman? Y'all good? Good with that? Matt Reeves is going to put Bruce on the sideline because of some ailment in the Batman 2, and we going with Damian. Y'all good? Everybody going to see that? I'm going to rent the theater out. Y'all come watch it with me. I'll buy the tickets. Y'all going to come see it? You want to watch it? The Batman 2. Matt Reeves, Batman 2, starring Damian Wayne. Everybody good? Everybody understand? We good with that?
Absolutely not.
Right. So I'm just let's get with it. Let's get with it, and then leave those who want to accept that in that box. Right. Let them be known. Let them be seen for what it is. But call it out. Call it out. Good God. It is not just it's not a T'Challa recast if they put Toussaint in his position. That is a new character. That is no different from them hot potatoing it to Shuri or M'Baku or Killmonger or anybody else who was in consideration of taking this shit up except for T'Challa. Right? That is not a recast. If I played a character named John is my name, and then John Jr. steps into my place. That's not a recast. It's a new character. I am tired of this dissonance. I'm tired of this idea that we just don't understand. We don't get it, because the moment you pick the situation up off of the black character and you put it on anyone else, it becomes uncomfortable. No, that's stupid. That doesn't make any sense. And your brain starts working as to why it doesn't match up, why it's not the same. Oh, that's not the same because, Black Panther is a mantle. Oh, that's not the same because, there have been other Black Panthers before. Which, if we play this semantic games, we can do that with each one of your characters that you want to have as well. Right? Have there not been different Supermans? Have there not been different Batmans? Is it not a mantle to be held by someone? And yet, you want to see that same character over and over and over and over again. Every time there's a bat signal in the sky, you want to see Bruce. Every time you see a red flare flapping through the wind, you want to see Clark Kent, not Jonathan. Not Kara. Is that her name? Supergirl. That's not who you want to. Not Lois Lane. That's not who you want to see. So stop. Get off of that. Get off of it. Either say that you are cool with aging up to child and a new character becoming Black Panther, or not. But don't try to mesh the two to protect yourself from accepting something lesser. Right? I know what I want. I want my character to look the same as everybody else. That's it. It's not hard. I'm not asking for anything else that anyone else isn't asking for, that any other group of people isn't asking for. And yet, it is twisting these people in the knots to create this project. I'm going to let them have it either way. I'm going to let them have it. I'm not going to see this stuff. I'm not going to convince them with my dollar that what they are willing to give me is enough, when all they had to do was give me what they were giving everybody else.
Facts. Any other thoughts on the set leaks at all?
No. We're not gonna talk about narrative stuff. I don't want to. Like I said, there are folks who are going to go see this movie, and that's cool. That's okay. I just want everybody to be honest where they stand.
For sure. All right. First, I want to say an RIP to multiple people. It's crazy. Michelle Trachtenberg.
RIP.
You may
Harriet
know
the
her
Spy.
from Harriet the Spy. She was also was she in Buffy?
Yes, she was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yep. Gossip Girl. But I think most of us know her from The Adventures of Pete and Harriet the Spy. RIP to Roberto Orci, writer producer from Transformers and Star Trek.
Yes.
Some other things as well.
Yep. Hawaii 5-0, I believe. Yep, that's who.
Okay.
A lot of people lost this week, man.
RIP to Angie Stone.
Great. Yesterday morning that happened. Her Sprinter van got hit by an 18-wheeler.
Crazy.
RIP to Angie Stone.
For sure. Now, I said all those names first because there's a little bit of a story going on with this whole Gene Hackman situation.
Mm-hmm.
So, first of all, RIP Gene Hackman and his wife and his dog. Crazy. They wanted to treat it like there was no foul play at first.
Yeah, and that came so quick. So now, obviously, you just said everything about the situation, how they were found, right? His wife and him all passed away. The dog, one of the dogs, because there were two other dogs that were found alive in other parts of the house. They said it wasn't carbon monoxide poisoning, so they ruled that out. Gene Hackman was found in a room by himself. He had dropped his phone, so they think that it happened at separate times. But then again, they had both been gone for weeks. Their caretakers were Gene Hackman's children, his daughters, and his son.
Okay.
They were photographed by paparazzi out eating dinner the next day after he passed, smiling, joking. I mean, I don't want to judge people in their grief. That's probably whatever. But the iffy thing about it is that they were the caretakers of them, and they had been left
for multiple days, like unattended.
Mm.
So how did that happen? Like, and then also I'm thinking like, okay, it's two older people, right? Sure, they could pass away anytime. I mean, she was like 64 though. She wasn't like
Yeah, that's what I was
his
about to say.
age.
Okay,
He's
so he needs
95.
caretakers. She needed caretakers.
For him, I guess caretaking for him
Okay.
because she was 64 years old. She could still take care of herself, presumably.
Yeah.
But then, okay, let's do this. I'm Gene Hackman. I'm 95 years old, and let's say she passed, and for some reason, she sat there for days, and I didn't know. Maybe I in a rush, in a hurry, I'm excited, I trip and I fell. I was trying to call 911. Okay, where do the daughters come into all of that? Where were y'all? To where they could have been left here for like days on end. It's already hard for me to understand how, like, he fell before he could have contacted anybody or even got a call off or anything. That is just dumb luck. That's crazy. But then how did they sit there for that long? And that doesn't even address how the damn dog died. How'd the dog die?
Right.
How'd the dog die?
I got nothing. And then I read a report that there were pills scattered near her body. And I guess it was a significant amount of pills near her body that were just scattered on the floor. I don't get it. I don't.
Yeah, this is a crazy story. There's definitely some more to this. I didn't even know. First of all, rest in peace now. I didn't even know Gene Hackman was still alive, to be honest with you. 95 years old. He didn't look anything like how he looked before. Like I'm talking like Mississippi Burning, The Firm, what's some other stuff? Runaway Jury. Like Superman. He looked nothing like that, dog. Nothing like Hoosiers.
Hoosiers, yeah.
Look completely different. But so it just kind of tells you how, how diminished his condition had got, I guess, in recent years. But yeah, man, I guess more to come on that story. We'll see how that goes going forward. But that's crazy
for sure. And yes, Roberta Flack as well. Forgot about that one. That was, I think, earlier than everybody, if I'm not mistaken. So RIP there as well, for sure. Okay. Next thing we have to discuss. We talked maybe a couple weeks ago about Steven Spielberg's new UFO movie. I believe it's so far being titled The Dish, if I'm not mistaken. It's like a working title, I guess. Starring Emily Blunt, Coleman Domingo, and Wyatt Russell, I think.
Yep.
Should be releasing in June of 2026, June 12th, 2026.
I'm down for more Spielberg extraterrestrial work, space work, UFOs. I can deal some more Spielberg in that space. I can do that. We'll be geared up in June 2026.
Seems like a solid cast.
Mm-hmm.
I like Wyatt Russell. I like Emily Blunt. I like Coleman Domingo.
I like him when he's not playing Agent Fuck Off, the Agent Carter. I can never get his name together.
U.S. Agent
John Carter. Is that his name? John Carter? That's not his name. John Carter is another movie that I can never get out of my head. It's
U.S. Agent. It is John Walker.
John Walker. God damn it.
Okay. The Boys released a promo with Soulja Boy, Jensen Ackles, that teases a reunion from Supernatural. I wasn't a huge Supernatural person, so I didn't even know.
I was a big Supernatural fan. They did a little teaser with Jensen Ackles, Jared Padalecki, and the dude that plays Castiel. I can't remember his name. Misha something.
Misha Collins?
Sure.
I think is what it was.
And then we know the dude Kripke, Robert Kripke, he writes obviously for the Boys. So I know he'll have an interesting little part in there. I know he'll have a nice little arc for all three of those characters to link up. The dude,
Fucking man, what is his name? They're like mentor, the one that was alive after their dad left. He's the president. He's the president now. He's Kirkman. Well, you don't watch Supernatural, so you don't know. But the president in The Boys now, right? You know who I'm talking about. Jesus?
I've seen it. Clearly, I've seen it. So don't do that to me. I just can't remember now.
The
I'm drawing a
president
blank.
in The Boys now, he played basically Jarrett and Jensen's, or Sam and Dean. What am I talking about? Sam and Dean's. He was like their mentor. What up, Butts Coin? What up, Butts?
Oh, Butts is in the chat. What up? What up?
I can't think of his
Bro, I
name.
can't
right now.
remember.
This
I
guy's
can't
terrible.
remember. I'm drawing.
You
a blank.
completely
I'm
threw
sorry.
me off because now you can't even give me the president's name. Anywho, yeah, no, I think it'll be dope. I think whatever it's gonna be. It sucks that it's gonna be in the last season because I feel like they got stuff to like sew up, like to finish out. Arcs to finish.
The one who
Robert Singer. There you go.
Okay.
Robert Singer.
Yeah,
There you
I
go.
remember now.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why whatever. It's cool. It's been a while since I've seen The Boys. Whenever the last season was, clearly.
Jesus.
I'm sorry. All right. Julius Ona talking again. He's out here talking about the fact that Marvel was considering using Hulk in Captain America, which is obvious considering the characters involved and whatnot. But
two Hulk villains, right? Thunderbolt Ross and Leader. A Hulk plot line, right? When Abomination and the Hulk went off and destroyed wherever the hell they were at. I don't even know where they was fucking up shit at, but destroyed that city. Ross got a bunch of blowback. Leader went into a black hole, and Ross toyed with him and dangled his life above him. But again, Hulk villain arc. Hulk love interest, Betty Ross. You've got, what else is Hulk related in here? There's talks of gamma radiation and all of that and blah, blah, blah. Of course, with the Leader and Ross and, the gamma pills that he's feeding Ross to make him turn into what eventually will be a Red Hulk. Everything about this movie is a Hulk. Everything about this movie is a Hulk movie, except for its lead, which was supposed to be the main point of the movie. Are you like... Either I'm dumb, you're dumb, or we're not speaking the same language. You're dumb, I'm dumb, or we're not speaking the same language. There's nothing in between. What do you mean you really wanted it to be Sam's movie? Hey, here's a thought. Maybe have a villain that's tied to something to Sam's history in the MCU. Now, I'm granting you that that's very hard to do because they've done very little to build that character up. But for God's sake, the last thing I want to hear you say is that, damn, I really, really wanted to make this Sam's movie, even though everything else about it is a Hulk movie. You want to know what you want to hear like a conspiracy theory that I have? When Mark Ruffalo got his wrist smacked for talking out on Israel-Palestine, it was much more than him just coming out and apologizing. He got his movie shipped off to Anthony Mackie.
that's crazy. But that's my
conspiracy.
conspiracy. That makes sense.
I have no scoops. I know no one in Hollywood, but my harebrained conspiracy theory is that when he got his wrist smacked for talking out on Israel-Palestine, it wasn't just a get back in line and make your apology. It's no. We're going to make sure you never do this again. Ever, ever, ever. Your movie's going to Anthony Mackie. Like literally everything about it is going to be, it should be you doing all of this. It's going to be Anthony Mackie the whole time.
No. You did wrong. Nope. This movie's going to Mackie now.
I swear to God, if you would have changed out the characters, make Sam Wilson, Bruce Banner. I almost called that man David Banner. Bruce Banner. I don't think anything. Obviously, you got to delete Torres, which is it's not going to hurt anybody's feelings. And then Isaiah doesn't get to cry about his polka dotted wedding suit. That pissed me off so much. That's what they think about y'all, man. Well, no. That's what they think about us. That's what they think about us, right? That's what we get married in is Argyle suits, because that's all we can afford. He probably got it from Goodwill or something.
I fuck with the Argyle.
Don't that make you feel warm inside
No.
that he's getting arrested by Secret Service agents and he's crying about his Argyle suit? Isn't that just warming inside? Doesn't it just get the feels going?
No. Yes, Tony Robinson. Sam was out in Detroit beefing with Eminem, but you skipped the part where he was Tupac.
Before he went to the army.
And then he went to the army.
What's up, y'all? I'm Tupac.
Oh, and the part you also skipped where he was married to a woman that he didn't really feel any affection for, and then he started playing a video game with his homeboy.
Okay,
and things
all right.
And things escalated from there.
Moving on.
Okay, let's move on. John Lithgow confirmed to play Dumbledore in Harry Potter.
Shout out to the Americans. We made our way into a Brit production, baby. Made our way into a Brit production. It doesn't usually happen. It's rare. It's usually happening the other way, but we made our way in there. Yes, we have to claim John Lithgow for this. Yes, we absolutely have to.
Sure.
Have to claim him.
I'm fine with that.
Because otherwise, it was going to be a 100% Brit production. 100%.
Is it a good accent? That's what I don't know.
I think he can do it. He'll be fine. He did Farquaad. Just, deepen, lower the octaves a little bit. He can do it.
Speaking of Farquaad, Shrek 5 teaser came out, and people hate the animation style.
I'm not in love with it. It looks a whole lot like the dwarves from the new Snow White that's coming out. Like kind of lifeless. Like they're animated and it's moving, but like there's like nothing behind it, You know
what I thought is that maybe they're trying to bring it into a new generation with the Pixar kind of style a little bit more. Sure. And Shrek is not all. We know Shrek as the old get off my swamp, and he had to get over his grumpy behavior. But like the new kids ain't going to know Shrek for that, so they're trying to maybe make him appeal a little bit better to that younger generation. Maybe, I don't know. Do you want to be pissed off?
I mean, maybe it's kind of like akin to how they rebranded the Grinch. You know what I'm saying? Like we were akin to a certain version of the Grinch, obviously the OG Grinch from like the 50s or whatever, 40s. And then there was obviously Jim Carrey's version of it, the live action. When DreamWorks readapted it, I don't think, it was really expected to be that drastic of a change. But then again, you just kind of roll with it. There's a chance that the Shrek could do the same thing and then rebrand. Obviously, you talked about it. We know him as the get off my swamp guy, and that initial arc of him, that first 3-4 movies, I would say the first 3 were, kind of towards millennials. They started shifting things, I think, in the 4th one, which everybody, I don't think, really got down with, but it still made his money. Now you're going to see a complete turn towards that side where Shrek's a dad now. He got a teenage girl. Oh, Jesus. God bless him. Still got his wife. Fiona looks really weird. I think her and Donkey are the ones that stick out the most in terms of the difference in animation.
I was gonna say the difference. Not necessarily that they're Donkey doesn't look all that weird. He looks like kind of like Kai Cenat, but
Donkey looks like Kai Cenat. It's crazy. First of all,
but
Kai Cenat looks like Donkey. Okay,
fair.
Kai Cenat looks like Donkey.
I don't know if this is true. I hope this is not true.
Yes.
It is true. Okay.
Wait, she chose it over Hancock too?
Yeah,
no, she can do both. No, surely she can do both. There's no way she's going to be voicing an ogre, so she can't be Charlize Theron and Will Smith's daughter. We're not doing this. She was made to be the biracial princess of Charlize Theron and Will Smith in Hancock too.
Okay. Do you want to be pissed off even more? Are you ready to be pissed off even more?
Uh-oh.
Okay, so when we were first introduced to Shrek's kids, he had 3. He had 2 boys and a girl.
Right.
He named the girl the same thing that she's named now. I forgot what it is now. Starts with F. But anyway, she had blue eyes. And in this trailer, she now has brown eyes. And one of the boys had brown eyes. A certain portion of the internet is rolling with the theory that Shrek's now teenage daughter is trans.
Oh yeah, I'm off. I'm off. I don't think we need. We don't need.
Why
that.
are we doing
Yeah,
this?
we don't have to do that. Why are we doing that?
I saw that and I was like, what?
Oh,
It's a
they
cartoon.
trying to torpedo it. Like, okay, it's one thing if you were going to do that, which I feel like it's the wrong way to go. I honestly don't feel like whatever. I don't know. I'm not a kid these days. I don't know what these kids talking about, but I don't feel like that's a big part of the Shrek viewing audience's life. But you know, whatever. You make your money how you can get it, I suppose. But then you're pairing that with the drastic animation change, which is also naturally going to disaffect a certain portion of your audience. So it's like the combination of those two things sounds like not very smart marketing to me, but I guess.
Stop it, Jason. You as well, William Moloch. You know what you said. All right. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, this is going to probably take a little bit of time as well. So reports came out that Kathleen Kennedy was on her way out from Lucasfilm.
Damn.
And she rushed to the internet to tell y'all niggas, nope.
She
No!
rushed to the internet. She
Or not the
read
internet.
the
She wrote-
deadline
she
and
wrote-
said,
yeah.
start writing. I'm
Yeah,
going to
there you
talk.
go.
You're going to write, and then you post. Understand? Literally. It
I
was
think that's
either
probably
that
exactly how she said it.
or it was her 70-something-year-old fist up that writer's keister,
Ooh.
forming his words, every single one. I swear to God, there was a question in there that literally turned into some run-on sentence of him going. It was crazy. He was like, what is it like to run a studio like this? Like, I imagine it's so tough, and then the fan base is so mean, and then you do all of this stuff,
Stop
and you've
it.
had this long career in Hollywood. How do you deal with it? It's really hard, right? Isn't it hard? It's hard? Yeah, no, isn't it? Huh? Answer?
Yeah.
I'm like, dog, you got to stop it, dog. You got to get off your knees. Stand up. Stand up.
Okay, so that's a stand-up reference and a get up reference from Meek Mill. Got it. Okay.
I'm
I see what we're doing today.
just saying, dog, it was fallacious, is what it was.
Facts.
And the funniest part about it, right? Like she's for some reason successfully dampened down the fires of what was the celebration of her leaving, right? When all she did was confirm what was initially reported. What was initially reported? Kathleen Kennedy is set to leave Lucasfilm. She's going to be retiring sometime soon. That was all that was said, right? And then people started speculating about who her replacement would be. She comes in and says all this word salad about dying while making a movie, which is morbid as hell. No one wants that. No one wants you dying on the set with them. Okay.
Right.
I promise you, Kathy, they will escort your old ass home before you keel over on one of these sets. But lost in all of that word salad is an announcement will be made within a year, right? She says within months or a year to again muddy the water, but an announcement will be made within the next year about her retirement, and that she's talking with Bob Iger and Alan Bergman about who her replacement will be. Well, if you were going to be continuing at Lucasfilm, why would any of that need to be happening? And why would anybody be saying anything about it now? Right? 5 years ago, there was no talk about a 65-year-old Kathleen Kennedy prepping her replacement, was there? 5 years ago, there was no talk other than, again, scoopers and rumors. I happen to think this one, since she actually corroborated it, is more than a rumor.
Oh, for sure.
Before, since nobody was breaking their necks to go talk to Deadline and saying that it was fake, before she wasn't saying all of this. I'm planning the future and I plan on helping the person who takes over grow and blah 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 blah. There was no need for any of that because you weren't going anywhere. I think she very well is going somewhere, and she had a friend in Deadline, very obviously a friend or a sock puppet, better term, to
Mr.
parry
Fleming Jr.
her talking points in the media. So again, she can soften the blow of some sort of embarrassment. Like, it's just kind of how it goes with her. That's how it's always gone. But what she said, again, within the word salad, is what's most important, is that within a year or so, I'm going to be announcing my retirement and I will have picked my replacement. Cool. Now, the only thing we have to hope for is that someone, once she's out of that position, has the common sense to tell her to go stick it where the sun don't shine and continue to make good content. We just got to hope. We're going to have to hope that she's not actually going to puppet the studio from outside of the studio. Like, she would actually have to be the real life incarnate of Palpatine to pull that off.
I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm the replacement of Kathleen Kennedy, I don't know that I would want somebody to mentor me that didn't get any applause at one of their marquee events.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. At the, what was that? I was at the film festival.
Was that D23 or was that a Star Wars event? I can't remember.
That was, oh, no. You're saying when she was on the stage with John Williams and Steven Spielberg and her husband. And we're like, oh yeah, and there's one more person who's been with us the whole time, who's integral to the vision. And she starts tapping her husband. She's like, oh my God, he's finally acknowledging me. Oh my God, it's happening, honey. It's happening. And he goes, John Williams. And she's like, well, I guess we'll just go.
Oh my God. Oh, you know what? No, I think that was separate than what I was talking about. Because there was one where she actually walked past and nobody applauded for her. None of the fans applauded for her. Was that D23 or was that might have been Comic-Con maybe?
I mean, there have been so many. There's been so many jeers.
She walked by and nobody made a word. And
there was that Fringe festival where they were basically laughing at Indiana Jones' Dial of Destiny, and then it made the reports at the same time that they announced that the Star Wars hotel was going to be shutting down. Like, what are we even talking about? This is so y'all are going to really let this lady with this laundry list of affairs. It's one thing to do it while she's still president and she can still fire you. Okay, I completely get that, even though I would just opt not to work for that person. But I get that. What I don't understand is somebody telling you beforehand, hey, not only am I going to pick your next boss, but I'm going to have my hand up their butt the whole time, and they're going to be doing my bidding, right? And you just willingly accept that after she leaves the building, right? The collective is bigger than the whole. And at that point, she will lose her direct influence. It would only be tied to whoever supplants her as the new president of Lucasfilm. So if that's you, Dave, listen to me. You can get your setback. Just wait till she leaves out of the door, and then you get to be a real boy again. You get to be a man, okay? You can tell her no. You can tell anybody no, because you're a president now. And once she gives you those keys, she can't take them back. Once she gives you the keys, she can't just snatch them back. She's not Bob Iger. She's not Bob Iger. She's not gonna. You can't pull that shit they pulled with Chapek twice. And even with that was for the company, the parent company as it is. That's ultimate protection. There is no dealing with another boss after you come back and try to slay your replacement. Okay. So I don't know. It feels like dread right now, but I feel like the most important thing was lost on everybody, which is she confirmed the report. I'm going to be leaving within a year, and I've already had talks with Bob Iger and Alan Bergman about who my replacement will be. Sounds like what was initially reported to me.
I want you to know that either YouTube is listening to me, the algorithm is just algorithming, or YouTube hates Kathleen Kennedy as well.
You're awful. Please don't speak that up.
That's
Say that again for me, Josh.
Either the algorithm is algorithming for YouTube, it's listening to me, or YouTube also hates Kathleen Kennedy. Because the first thing I searched, when I searched Kathleen, not even Kathleen Kennedy, first thing that popped up was Kathleen Kennedy, no applause. The very first thing. Didn't even get through to Kennedy.
Kathleen Kennedy,
Kathleen.
no applause is
No,
nuts.
Kathleen, and then it popped up Kennedy, no applause. But I can't find the video, so whatever. We'll move on.
I don't think
Anyway, okay, let's talk about Narnia.
Oof.
Netflix and IMAX's Narnia deal backlash report. The U.S. theaters are basically threatening to block the Narnia movies, and I guess they're working on 8. Was it 8? 8 films with Greta Gerwig.
Who? What? Who and what is Greta Gerwig? And how does she land this massive deal? Please, somebody give me a Greta Gerwig picture that
Barbie.
I am lost on. No. It can't just be Barbie.
Barbie.
Barbie did not earn her 8 pictures, right?
Barbie.
Not just on Netflix, but in IMAX.
She did Barbie.
Who else is getting that? Nolan's not getting that.
It's because she did Barbie.
Fam.
Oh, she's also doing the Snow White movie that everybody is already hating.
The
Just
one
throwing
with
that
Rachel
out there.
Zegler? Fam. What is a Greta Gerwig and why does she have 8 guaranteed movies with Netflix and IMAX? And all of them are going to be viewed in IMAX. And it's not just that she has that deal, right? The movie theaters are fighting against it. IMAX is saying we have a quote unquote nuclear option to make them view this movie on their IMAX screens. You know, there's only a limited number of IMAX screens across the nation. I can only imagine what they're planning to do to influence them to use those screens for Narnia. There is no guarantee that Narnia is going to be the most popular film at this time. There's no guarantee that it's going to be a brand that resonates with people, that's going to make them pay an extra $5 to $10 to go see this film in an ultra screen. Not to mention the sales of it for the theater. And I can't imagine why the studio would want to do this. It's going to be undercut by each other. They're going to be streaming this simultaneously while they're expecting you to pay premium price at the IMAX theater. The math of it just doesn't work out at all. So yeah, pay me extra, pay near $20 to see it on IMAX, but it's showing at home on Netflix. And theaters, if you don't do it, if you don't put it on your IMAX screen, we got a nuclear option to make you do it. I asked my question one last time. Who and what the F is a Greta Gerwig? And why does she have so much? Why she got a chokehold on the game right now? Because nobody in Hollywood got a deal like that. Nobody.
The only movies that I have heard of her doing are Barbie, Snow White, that hasn't even come out yet, and Lady Bird, which was nominated for an Oscar some years ago, so in 18. I guess she did a Little Women film adaptation that probably did pretty well as well. Gerwig was also included in the annual Time 100 list of the most influential people in the world in 2018. And according to William Moloch, she is doing James Cameron numbers. So suck on that,
She ain't
Marcus.
doing James Cameron numbers. She's not doing James Cameron numbers. She's absolutely not. Now, if you're telling me they think she's going to be the next James Cameron has 3 of the highest grossing films of all time worldwide.
Well, sure, but he's also been at it a lot longer.
No, I'm just saying she's
To
just
be fair,
not
I mean,
James
just to be
Cameron.
fair, I guess.
Now I'm saying
she's not James Cameron. I agree.
If they're going to tap her as being the next James Cameron, I think that's lofty. I think there are other people that you could look at that are more likely to get you those totals. Oh man, an exclusive with Netflix that also is going to net her exclusives for IMAX screening in the theaters. She got these people working against themselves to secure her work. I don't know what she doing, who she knows, or who her representation is, but damn, they working great for her. It is working out great for her.
I will say this. Since Barbie did so well, if she can take a film franchise like Narnia and make it perform, there's reason for all of this.
Yeah, sure, but okay, let's your boy Todd Phillips make Joker work, and we seen what he did in his follow up, right? That
Yep.
is the same
Okay.
type of level of jeopardy that you're dealing with right now with Greta Gerwig. Only they didn't tell Todd Phillips that he was going to get 8 swings at Joker.
Facts.
Okay,
Facts.
so this is so beside myself. Christopher Nolan doesn't have a deal with Warner Brothers like this, and he's been putting up gold for them for years. Man, okay.
You're right. I get it. I guess I'm just saying
it better be the shit. They better be the shit.
Yeah, no, if she can make it happen, and she does have a slight record to make it happen, then this is warranted. But she has to make it happen. I guess. At least from what chat's saying. I'm going off what chat's saying.
Let's do it.
I'm agreeing with them. Okay, John Bernthal's Punisher secret special presentation.
What are we talking about? Punisher. Yeah.
Punisher, yeah.
Yep. Another project that they can fast track and get to you before Blade or anything else black. Anything else to be said?
No.
Shout out to John Bernthal, though. I like him.
Really
He's
legit.
a good actor.
Pretty legit, actually. MoFly, even if it did, the box office success is what I was referring to. So it kind of
I just that is it's great. I would definitely warrant her to be able to maybe helm a franchise like Narnia. I don't know if this heavy leverage though is all built off of Barbie. There's something else there. There is something else there.
And Oscar nominations from Lady Bird and I think Little Women.
Okay.
But
I'm telling you, I'm
not saying
uncommon.
she's going to do it. I'm saying her track record lends to maybe she can make it happen.
There are other people that have that track record. So what? She has a big time box office hit and a couple Grammy noms. It's not unheard of. What's unheard of is that a streaming service is not like, okay, let's take for that her deal is akin to what Zack Snyder has set up at Netflix. Only her shit is getting first look on the silver screen in IMAX. Okay, there was no Rebel Moon on IMAX. There was no Rebel Moon director's cut on IMAX. And there aren't going to be 8 Rebel Moons.
Right.
Okay, they're going to tell him to move on to something else. Do something else. She's getting the freeway to do 8 Narnias. They all going to hit the theater. And they plan on strong arming the theater chains into showing it in their biggest, most profitable screens. Zack Snyder wishes.
My other question is, what did she pitch them? Because apparently
they must love it. They must fucking love
it.
We better love it. I know they love it, but we better love it.
The pitch at least was immaculate. Who knows what the trailer and the actual movies are
Josh,
like.
I bet. Well, never mind. Well, her pitch had to be superb. The finest of all pitches.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Had to been great.
Anyway. First look at Masters of the Universe movie starring Nicholas, is it Galitzine?
I don't know his name.
As He-Man. Your boy Jared Leto is Skeletor.
That is the one that stuck out to me first.
Idris Elba is Man-at-Arms.
Oh, I forgot all about that. Let's show him the first look though.
I don't have it up.
It's in the bookmarks. It's on Twitter.
Is it? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, let's just go to X. It's called X.
I'm hoping this is good, man, because He-Man's last 2 attempts have not been very good in the animation space. So I'm hoping the live action will fare better.
Oh no, you bookmarked one of my W's and L's.
Oh, speaking of,
which means take it out. Where's the first look? Golly, you bookmark every tweet ever made. No.
But see, here's the thing about that, Lawrence. I would think so too. Only why are they strong arming the theaters into showing it on IMAX screens? That tells me that the bottom line profit of it is extremely important for these projects to you, because you wouldn't damage your relationships with the limit amount of theaters that can actually give that type of presentation. You're going to want them to continue to show those Narnia projects. So why go so hard on it right now? Well, the only reason why it makes sense to me for them to go so hard on is if they need that money, which means they probably guaranteed her at least 3, 4, 5 of them out of the 8. The rest of them maybe based on performance. But I'm thinking a large portion of those 8 are guaranteed. That's why they want them shown in the IMAX, because they know we only going to get so many weeks of it. Then we got to show it on the streaming service. So while they in the theaters, show it on the IMAX so we can maximize the profit. But yeah, here's the first look at He-Man.
Yes. Looks very Dave the Barbarian-ish.
It's working. Shout out to Dave the Barbarian. I haven't heard that name in a long time. Barbarian.
Anyway, I don't know who Nicholas Gallatin is, so maybe he could pull together a solid.
I mean, I'm thinking this is him holding the sword.
Right.
Let's see what his face looks like. You gotta.
Is there more?
Got a Google tab? No, just Google Nicholas Gallatin.
Google Nicholas Gallatin. Got you.
He falling asleep, chat.
Yikes.
Shit, hurting my eyes now. Where have I seen him before? Go to movies and shows. Let's see what he's got. Marion George, Idea About You, Purple Hearts. I haven't seen any of this.
You recently? Well, you didn't see the most recent Cinderella. Then you saw one of the Cinderellas. I remember you saying.
Yeah, it was the Disney one. I don't know what the hell that is.
He was in the Beat Beneath My Feet.
The Craft Legacy.
Which just sounds like a terrible title.
Changeover. Bottoms, whatever the hell that is.
Mm-hmm.
No, so maybe I haven't seen him. Maybe I haven't seen him. I haven't seen any of this.
Seen the Beat Beneath My Feet?
Nope. None of it. No, seen a bit of it.
I mean,
give me a sec. Hold on.
Oh, you're muted. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess he could pull off He-Man. He looks like a Disney Channel bully in most of these pics. So he looks like a part-time Disney Channel bully and a part-time Abercrombie model, which, given the landscape of where we are now, a Abercrombie model is probably not the thing you want to give off. I'm just throwing that out there. Let's see. He-Man, of course, Tony Robinson. I'm still down with Thundercats with Michael B. Jordan as Lion-O. And are they working on a Thundercats right now?
With Michael B. Jordan as Lion-O?
Yeah, did you just make this up with Michael J. White as Panther? You just made this up. You just made that up.
Yeah, I think he just put all his shit together. Ain't no way that's the real thing.
Ain't no way. I would love to see a Thundercats movie in 2026, I guess.
Somebody asked Idris Elba why he's so down with playing white supporting characters. Like, he don't even play the white characters that like mean something. He just want to be like the buddy white guy. He want to be the
Man at arms. I don't even know who that is, bro. But
yeah, bro. Give me Sergeant at Arms. I'll do it, bro. I'll do it. I like it. Is he a white man? Great, bro. It's even better. It's even better.
Idris Elba taking white man's jobs in 2015.
Right. Stealing white man jobs whenever I can, bro.
Yes, I did. Okay. All right. Well, then I want to say great job.
Because he got us.
We need to make it happen. We got to actually make this happen. Idris is working on films in Ghana now.
Is he now?
Except Masters of the Universe.
Except for Masters of the Universe, apparently. But yeah, okay. That's what's up.
All right. I think that's everything for Behind the Cape. Unless you had anything to include.
Not my notebook.
Or if you'd like to,
I gotta find my.
If you'd like to close this out or not.
Nope, I got it. Hold on.
No, okay.
There we go. That's it for Behind the Cape. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tell us what you thought about the takes. Give us any takes that we list for Behind the Cape this week. Do this every Sunday live. You can catch us on the replay on Thursdays.
Absolutely. Make sure you check out our playlist full of previous Behind the Cape segments where we've discussed TV, film rumors, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, all that good stuff. And make sure you subscribe. Like you said, we like to do this every Thursday at 10 o'clock. All right. W's and L's, and you know you're going first.
No. How the hell? How did that happen?
You're going first.
Okay, well, talk to the folks then while I compile my list since I just got to go first.
You didn't go first last time. I went first.
Did you?
I did. And I got proof.
I feel like we should have like a thing. Like when you go first, I'll put like the flag on my side. When you go first, you put the flag. That way we'll know. Well, we don't even have to ask. Like,
A flag is crazy.
still up.
A flag is crazy.
I think that's the only way to settle this.
Is it? Or I can just go back to the video from last week
It's
and
the only way to settle it.
improve.
It's the only way to settle it.
Let's see.
Could just go first.
Yep, I went first last week because we talked about OnlyFans beef. We talked about homegirl being pregnant, and she wasn't actually pregnant.
No, an old girl cannot steal my thunder
Yep, we talked
because
about
I
that.
have a baby now. It's part of my content.
New John Cena memes gets a W. He's going to become best actor with Ricky Stenicki, so he doesn't need a meme. He's going to win an Oscar later tonight. So throwing that out there. Antoine Fuqua to direct and Sha'Carri Richardson as Chitara. I like that. I like that. See, I like where your head is right now. I need you to keep cooking. Let that man cook.
Let him cook.
He could probably play a vampire or angel from X-Men. Oh, the kid. He looks like a cashier from an 80s teen film. I didn't see that. That's funny because he kind of does. But again, he looked like a what's that sport? Lacrosse. He looks like a lacrosse athlete that didn't make it after high school. And so then he got into Abercrombie modeling.
Who you hating on right now?
He-Man. The guy who played He-Man.
No.
Okay. In high school, he was a high school bully, but he also played lacrosse. And he was good till he got injured, and then he couldn't continue playing anymore. So then he became an Abercrombie model. Somebody saw his headshot from that and gave him a role in He-Man. Or no, in that movie that I said that I didn't know. The boy who the Beat Beneath My Feet. That's how it happened. So congratulations to Nicholas Galitzine for that. I just made that up. See, me and MoFly on the same accord. Just throwing that out there. Chillmonger, what do you mean by new John Cena memes?
What do you mean by that?
Send me a link.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, by the way, I had the video up. I was going to show y'all what I was talking about. This is the kid who said, eating a burger with no honey mustard. Let me pull the screen up again. I kind of really want to play this Key Glock song again, but I'm not going to. No need for a copyright.
Right. Saturday Night Live already whooped our ass a few weeks ago.
That's a fact they did. Oh, it's not. It's muted. Hold on.
Why are oranges called oranges, but an apple is not called red? Oh my goodness. I can't take it anymore. Eating a burger with no honey mustard. 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 Eating a burger.
Hey, turn your shit off, bro.
I knew it would piss you
I
off.
do think that is a popular McDonald's hack though, because my son used to do that a lot. He used to put honey mustard on the like a double cheeseburger.
Yeah, I'm not a huge eating a burger with honey mustard type nigga. I don't give it up like that. But hey, if that's a thing, that's cool. Okay, you mean you never seen them, Marcus?
What's that?
I don't know.
Those memes.
Well, I guess Chillmonger sent it to one of our DMs. Lakeith Stanfield as Tigra and Ving Rhames as Mumra. This is working. Look at you,
James Gunn needs to hire you, Mo Fly.
casting director in the future, Mo Fly Productions.
Hire
Get him a
this
job.
man.
Okay. Okay, so he must have meant mine because it's not here. All right. Well, let me go to my Twitter. X. Because we don't get on Twitter no more. We get on X. Sent the photo. Ah. Okay, well, how do I show this? Damn it. I'm just going to save this. How about we do it that way? Nope, can't do that because Twitter's being fucking stupid. Download. Where's the download button? There we go. That works, I guess. Or, Chillmonger could just send it to the back of the bus Twitter. That'd be equally helpful. You guys must not have heard of Cena's heel turn.
No. Wait. Just wait on it. Just wait on it.
Oh, I mean, I don't watch wrestling currently.
Shout out to Elimination Chamber. Just wait.
They still do the Elimination Chambers?
Dog, just wait on it.
Chillmonger, just send it to the back of the bus Twitter, please. That'd be great. Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right. I think I'm about ready. I think.
Yeah.
I might have got more dubs than L's in a long time.
You have more dubs than L's? What is that?
Yes, I do.
Why are you being positive?
I don't know.
What's wrong with you? Do I have any dubs?
That's crazy. All right. Here we go.
I do not have any dubs.
Godless underway now.
First of all, I didn't introduce.
Well, then get going, brother.
And second of all, did he send it to me again, or did he send it to the back of the bus?
What are we doing right now? What are we sending?
He's sending the Twitter meme. Chillmonger, send it to the back of the bus. Anyway, wait. There you go. Look at that. Perfect timing.
Yes.
Okay. Now I can take the link.
Now it makes sense to me. I don't know if it'll make sense to Josh. Back of the bus or the Dubs and L's. Take it away.
Yikes. That's not what I wanted to show.
It's not even going to make sense to you.
Boom.
There you go.
I like
yes,
it.
Exactly.
But it was supposed to be just a showing of the template. So yes, it makes sense, but it's also just a showing of the template. Anyway. W's and L's, the weekly recap show where we give a dub to the things that we like and an L to the things that we don't. Let me get this off the screen expeditiously. Jesus, that was bad. It's on you. Anyway. I couldn't find the screen. All right, whatever. It's not like there's anything bad.
Oh, it's not like I told you we didn't even need to do that right now. Let's start out with the W's. All right, so I'm giving a dub out to the Hasbro Doom helmet. I actually need you to go back to the W's or to our bookmarks, if you could, out of our direct messages and just to the bookmarks.
No, I'm saying in the DMs. It goes down in the DMs.
Appreciate it.
Oh, it's the first thing. Okay, that makes it easy.
There you go. Yeah, this shit looks awesome. I hope Hasbro does get back to stuff like this. There's absolutely no also, Marvel has to have good content for them to tie it to. But, if we ever get it up on the screen here, it'll be good for me to get some visual representation as to what I'm talking about.
Nah, nobody cares. All right, there we go.
Check this shit out. Check this shit out. I'm getting one. Need this. Shout out to Hasbro. Like a fully encompassing Doom helmet. Oh yeah, need parts. This just might be my Halloween costume. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna feel like it's gonna be a little bit too on the nose to what Marvel got going on with Doomsday, but this just might be my Halloween costume. I'm thinking about a costume right now.
Okay. Okay. Never mind. You know what? The reason I was shaking my head was because I didn't know if it came with a hood or something akin to that, a jacket, but it does. It looks like so.
I would have found a cow. Well, that's not hard. That ain't no problem.
No, but that's kind of pivotal to the mask as well. So I mean, I figured it needed to come with it.
But I'd have found me a little trench. You know what I'm saying? A little, or what do you call that? A little cloak. A cloak. Found me a little cloak.
Also, it doesn't look enough like I mean, I guess they're two different things, but
the next dub I got is going out to Shaquille O'Neal for finally telling a story that actually ended up to be true. Now we know, other than LeBron James, Shaq is one of the most lying-ass athletes ever. Just
yeah, but it's not close.
It was one time
still by a landslide.
I was with my grandmother, and she told me, "If you don't walk to school today, you'll never be anything." And so that from that day on, I always walked to school every day. Even when I went to LSU, I walked to school because my grandmother said I wasn't going to be anything. I didn't want to walk to school.
He just got a million stories like that, right? Like it's clearly something that didn't really happen, but he's trying to inspire you. So he's trying to drum up some shit that might have vaguely happened to try to tie it to the situation. But apparently, the story about him giving his championship ring to Michael Wans is true. He gave his third championship Lakers ring to Damon Wayans. Damon Wayans. Damon Wayans. He gave that ring to because apparently he was such a fan. He was there at all of the games. He had given him shit about free throws and shit. Like he was actually like a Spike Lee kind of fan for the Lakers, like a Jack Nicholson or something. Now I still don't know if I'm giving him my three-peat ring, but apparently he actually gave that to Damon Wayans in real life.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ever giving a championship ring to anybody except.
I mean, I guess if you got 4, you got some to give away, but not me. Yeah, I'm not.
I'm giving that to my son.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe a family member, not a random fan, but again, maybe he wasn't so random. Maybe that was the point.
Or maybe Shaq had a replica made and gave it to Damon Wayans.
Yeah, I guess. I'm giving a dub out to Michigan guard Namari Burnett. You know, it was a little shaky here in this past week. I was getting ready to come up here and give Michigan basketball an L because they lost. Yeah, they lost to Michigan State. They lost to little brother, and we don't do that. And then they won 2 straight, even eclipsing the former conference head with the 2 lottery picks, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Got them up out of there, you know what I'm saying, with the dagger from Namari Burnett from way downtown, from Steph Curry range at the buzzer. You feel me? Now, who's on top of the Big Ten, Josh? Who's on top of the Big Ten, Josh? Who is on top of the Big Ten, Josh?
The Ohio State Buckeyes.
Michigan Wolverines, absolutely. Michigan Wolverines, number 1. Ohio State.
Oh, you're talking about basketball.
Basketball.
Oh, you're talking about basketball? I was talking about football.
Why I'm talking about
Actually, no, that's not even true. Oregon's at the top of.
Yeah, I was gonna say that wasn't even the fact either. And that wasn't going to hurt me at all because even in your championship glory, you couldn't do nothing with us. We are talking about basketball, baby. Shout out to Namari Burnett for the dagger 3-pointer at the buzzer over Rutgers this week. No one cares about your belt. Put your belt away. Put your belt away. We're talking about basketball.
Just throwing that out there.
All right. That is last one. Shout out to Chillmonger for bringing it back up to make sure it didn't miss my list. I did watch Elimination Chamber last night. I did have to suffer through, a middle section. I swear to God, in between the men's Elimination Chamber and when Jade Cargill whooped Naomi's ass out of nowhere, that was some of the most boring shit. It was some of the most boring stuff, dog. I
This
don't
happened
know.
last night.
Yeah, it was last night. You can probably still pull it up on Peacock and watch this and play it back.
You know what else happened last night? Well, I'll let you tell your story. Never mind.
The tank fight, but we'll get to that.
Didn't even realize it until last night, and then I
We'll
forgot
get
to
to
watch
that.
it.
We'll get to that. But yeah, it was very boring. And I've also noticed something now that I've been watching wrestling again, is that they have significantly shortened the amount of matches on a pay-per-view, but increased the amount of time in the match. So now they're putting the onus on the wrestlers to get very creative to keep the audience's attention, which I in these bigger matches like the Royal Rumbles or the Elimination Chambers, it really shows, because a lot of time, man, they catching breath. They catch and win. They're going all out trying to do big moves or big sets or big volleys, and then they're taking a long time trying to catch their breath. So what'll end up happening is that you'll have in the ring John Cena, Seth Rollins, Damian Priest, and what's the other dude's name? Drew McIntyre, right? But you'll only have two people fighting at a time. Everybody else on the ground. It's because we're having 45-minute to an hour matches with all of these guys, and they're catching wind. They're trying to find pockets to catch wind. Well, that doesn't lead to the most engaging matches. That was until Cody Rhodes, right, gives the Rock his response to getting his soul taken. I think the verbiage around this entire promo was nuts. I felt like we could have picked better verbiage, but that's what we were left with. Cody, are you going to let me take your soul? That's where we're at.
He said that?
Yeah, that was the proposition. Can I take your soul? Will you give me your soul? Can I? Yeah, that was it. Very pause-worthy. But
That's crazy.
What I didn't see coming, I saw Cody rejecting it coming out of hand. I saw that. Didn't really like Cena winning the Elimination Chamber. Wasn't really my stilo. But then Cena heel turning on Cody Rhodes at the last minute. The Rock giving them the take him out symbol as he's hugging Cody Rhodes. I didn't see that coming. That was very surprising. Jade Cargill popping out in the beginning. I thought she was going to tear Liv Morgan up and set her up for Naomi to get a quick pinfall, get Liv out of there. No, she brutalized Naomi. And to be honest with you, with Bianca Belair winning the Women's Elimination Chamber and fighting big 7 foot tall girl, she's fucking huge. Rhea Ripley,
7 foot tall girl.
She's not really 7 foot tall, but she's tall as shit. She's fucking huge. I don't really know where that leaves the Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair and Naomi arc. I don't know where that leads that, because obviously Bianca Belair going on to try to take that belt off of Rhea Ripley. So I don't know what the hell's going to happen in the meantime with the former tag champs and Jade Cargill. I don't even know what all that was about. Maybe they're going to try and say that, Naomi was the one that pushed Jade Cargill, because Jade Cargill's been out. We're doing a lot of wrestling talk. Sorry, but the heel turn was the dub. John Cena and his retirement run is going to turn heel. Going to have an actual heel turn.
I have questions.
I want to wrestle with Jade.
I have multiple questions.
Go.
Because I don't watch. Okay, so you just mentioned how matches are longer, which is a detriment. Obviously, it becomes a little boring. Does that mean that the main events, like the Elimination Chamber and the Royal Rumbles, are even longer? Because I thought you meant like those were the same, but then like the other regular style matches are
it technically started, like they started talking and letting people in the arena at 7. I didn't stop watching it until 10:30-ish. It was about 10:30.
It's a lot.
It's pretty long.
It's
pretty long. But
no mic work?
What's that?
No mic work I mean, nobody's out there
in between.
trying to move stories along with mic work.
That was how they ended it. Was Cody's answer to The Rock?
Oh, okay. Well, in this case, if it leads into the heel turn, then that makes sense, I guess.
The national anthem was mic work. Apparently, they got booed.
That's
The
crazy.
national anthem got booed.
Okay, and then my other question is, okay, John Cena's heel. So then, does he become a rapper again?
No. I don't think he's going that far back. He's not going to start calling the attitude adjustment the FU, which really pissed me off. You know why that pisses me off? It's like, because my boy was he was like, oh, they're going away from the attitude era. They gotta clean things up. So then he put CM Punk in a submission, and guess what the submission is called, Josh?
The STFU?
Yes, sir. So we can have the STFU, but we can't have the FU. Man, get on.
Yeah, that's stupid. I always liked the FU because it was right around the same time that Brock Lesnar was doing the F5.
At the F5, right? I'm like, he put him up on the show. He's like, hey, you the FU. Here's Michael Cole. He's getting him ready for the attitude adjustment. I'm like, the who now?
Yikes. That's
Christ.
gross. That's gross. That's Temu FU. Yes, no, throwback jerseys, lock chain, basic thugonomics, music, and I will start watching wrestling again. Freestyles during mic work. Yeah, I will start watching again.
Who fought last night? Tank. Here we go.
What up, Fatal J? I agree, MoFly, and a clear adjustment to this would be to allow John Cena to wear throwback jerseys and start doing freestyles again. But that's just me.
Ew. All right,
John Cena, big Spirit of St. Louis basketball jersey.
No.
Throwback Joe Namath with a
Mm-mm.
backwards fitted hat.
Honestly, I think it's the roids, man. I think because he's not on the roids anymore. And he's got the dad haircut. It's growing out and then not the buzz cut anymore. I think he's lost some of the aesthetic for me. But I'm not going to lie. The heel turn matches what's lost in the visual aesthetic. It really does because I don't like it. And he's doing things that I don't like. It matches. I honestly think, you know what happened? I think that they looked at how his whole Kobe retirement tour was going and how it was being received. And they were like, screw it. Let's roll with it. People obviously don't like it. So let's just lean into it and make me the heel. I think that was a very astute kind of observation. Now they got to take that same type of mindset and fix what's going on in the meat of some of these matches, because Elimination Chamber for large parts of last night was pretty boring. I have to admit it was pretty snoozer worthy. They don't love you like that. They sure don't.
They don't love you like that. You ain't getting no retirement tour.
Kobe, you think you the Rock? You think you the Rock? See,
people don't love you like that. The Lakers made it to the 3rd seed.
Yeah, they won 5 in a row.
Jesus,
what's going
on in the West? They made it to the 3rd seed.
Now, what you didn't have to say was Bronny James.
Well, Bronny was pivotal.
Like he was involved in that at all.
He was pivotal.
Yeah, absolutely not. My first L is going out to Kevin Lyles, who's gotten himself swept up into some nasty business.
Take it out.
No.
Take it out. That's my dub or L. That's my L.
So it just seems like there's weird cases going all around on UMG. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's first of all, Kevin Lyles was very pivotal in the Def Jam run, and then that became the Atlantic run because they all went to Atlantic afterwards. And he's been behind T.I.'s career, Young Thug. So if you're not aware of Kevin Lyles, where the hell is the bookmark? If you're not aware of who Kevin Lyles is, he's been behind some huge rappers' careers.
Big name. I wonder if he's gonna join Russell and Bali.
You're joking. First of all, he looks exactly like
Russell Simmons.
Crazy.
I wonder if hey, what if he joined Russell Simmons and Bali and just like sat next to him, and when they attempted to extradite him, they wouldn't say who's who.
That's crazy.
So like
Yeah, no,
they
that-
raid Russell Simmons' compound. He shaves his head. He sits right next to Russell Simmons. They refuse to say who's who.
that'd be nuts.
So they just do they arrest both of them and try them
Well,
both since they won't say who's who. You know what I'm
Realistically,
saying?
yes, they probably should do that. But if they only took one, that'd be nuts.
What if they didn't take either one? It was like we had to come back home. They wouldn't tell us which one was Kevin Lyles and which one was Russell Simmons. We couldn't process them. We left them both there.
That would be nuts too.
The American criminal justice system in a
Right.
nutshell.
Right.
We left them
Okay.
both because we couldn't
So-
tell them apart.
All right. So, music executive Kevin Lyles, Def Jam, and UMG are being sued for sexual assault in a new lawsuit. The fact that UMG is included in this lawsuit is crazy. This
Nice.
could be one they lose. All right. The anonymous female accuser recently filed a suit in New York Supreme Court claiming she was sexually harassed and assaulted by Lyles during her time as an employee at Def Jam during the early 2000s. That's crazy. The lawsuit alleges Lyles, who was the president of Def Jam at the time, began by making unwanted sexual advances and derogatory comments toward the complainant. Things eventually escalated to him pushing his body against her breasts and grabbing her buttocks. At one alleged instance in 2002, Doe claims Lyles raped her after, or R-worded her, after she rebuffed his advances. Nasty work.
Yeah.
Doe filed the lawsuit under the Victims of, I've heard about this. The Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Law, which allows victims of crimes that happen past the statute of limitations to file a lawsuit before March 1st, is the same thing that they tried to say. No, I heard this from Dr. Umar. He said that this is the thing that led to Diddy and Jay-Z's cases. I guess it's a real thing.
So this is a New York thing, I'm assuming, because all of
Yes.
this is attached to New York. Hey,
Yep.
listen, man, I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. I don't think that time should necessarily protect you from dirty deeds. At the same time, you do open yourself up to that type of criticism as an individual when you bring these claims with it being so far. Right, that's a natural thing. That's what victims have had to deal with for years, right? It's kind of a cycle. You hold it in for so long because you're scared to tell people, and you finally come out, and then they're like, "Well, why'd you wait so long?" Right? It's a nasty little catch-22. I do think that law, while it's just like anything, right? The people who don't have the justice at the top of their brain, right? They're trying to bring someone down. They're trying to unduly influence someone's career by using that law. There are always going to be individuals who have that at the top of their mind, right? I think that it's possible that could have been used, but at the same time, if I can find the dirt, I can find the dirt.
Yeah.
Right. Like I'm not so far on the Dr. Umar side of it where it's like, oh, well, this whole thing is boiled down to the ability to go back 20 years and compile all this data. Well, fam, if it's there, it's there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going so far as to saying the entire case is illegitimate because they went back so far to get the information. You feel what I'm saying?
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Is there any pause for the fact that this came so close to the March 1st deadline compared to at least Diddy and Jay-Z's cases?
Look, you already know how I feel about it. And the accusation is just that, right? You still have to go into court and prove all of this. So at the end of the day, it's not like it all stops here, right? This just means that we're able to get into court and argue it. Kevin Lyles is a very resourceful individual. He undoubtedly will have a more powerful lawyer than the person he's lining up against. So if there's no merit to any of this, ultimately that's where it should end, right? Like the fact that they are able to bring it up should stop at the level of having to go through the embarrassment and spend the money to fight it. If there's no merit to the case, then obviously that is the stronger position to take. So all in all, I don't feel like anybody's in any worser position than where they started, because yeah, we're in court. We're going to have everybody, we're going to have to bring the evidence. We're going to have to hear all the arguments. But at the same time, it's still a very David and Goliath setup,
where you have this individual versus this, I mean, essentially this conglomerate, this big business, because it's not just Kevin Liles, it's UMG as well. And they have every bit of interest in seeing him walk on these charges because they're tied up into it synonymously. They're tied to it.
Yeah. I will say this, just to kind of, I guess, maybe paint the picture of what that place could have been like. An absolute madhouse. You've got the world's biggest artists in Def Jam. You got the Jay-Z's, the Fabulouses, crazy amounts of artists in this building. And you've got record execs like Kevin Liles and potentially even guys like Mike Kaiser, who I've even heard crazy stories about, feeling like they're at the top of the world. They've got all this money, but they're not famous. And they feel like they could probably get away with a lot of shit. Like, not to say that these things happen. I just want to say that I could only imagine what it was like and Def Jam in the early 2000s. Mind you, they made the Big Pimpin' video and all that shit in the 2000s. Like, crazy. It must have been a madhouse during that time. So just throwing that out there.
Bali, you better, if you don't want him over there, you better put a block on that man's passport because he's talking to Russell Simmons as we speak.
Facts.
Kevin, I would love to have you over here. You know, you look just like me. If they ever come looking for either one of us, we could just say we don't know where we are.
That's a Mike Tyson voice.
Same person. Same voice. Same voice. Definitely same voice.
I'm like, where did I hear him do this recently? That's Mike Tyson.
Where are we at? Kevin Liles. Oh, Oscar voters. So I promised you a story about why Oscar voting is illegitimate and why even after Amelia Perez, it's the best picture vote is to be called into question, because reportedly there are anonymous Oscar voters who are willing to speak to you about this, anonymous or not. Like,
crazy.
To know that people are delegitimizing the validity, the merit of the Oscars, and to give this quote anonymously or otherwise is insane. It's insane. But apparently there are voters who have a you know, they have a say in who wins Best Picture, who openly told people that they never watched Dune 2. They didn't watch Dune 2. They didn't watch a film that's up for Best Picture. So now I told you, we pulled up the list. I told you there was only 4 of the films up for Best Picture that I actually saw with my own 2 eyes. So I wouldn't be a very good voter for Best Picture. I would not be a person that you could tap to go vote on Best Picture at the Oscars. And yet, these people are so entitled to their position that they see nothing wrong with openly admitting to you that they haven't seen one of the films that's up for Best Picture. Haven't seen it at all. Have no interest in seeing it, obviously, because they're telling you that they haven't seen it. It's on a streaming service. They could watch this movie at any given moment. And they're actively telling you, no, I have an active dissonance. I am actively not going to see this film.
You want to be even more pissed off?
Go ahead.
All right, let's pull up this article. Okay, so the 4 people interviewed, out of the 4 voters interviewed, one was a director, a writer, a publicist, and a casting director. All of them revealed they did not see Dune Part 2, right? Okay, the reasons for skipping the film varied. One voter, a director, admitted struggling with the first Dune movie and was not eager to sit through another 3-hour installment by saying, quote, "The first Dune, I couldn't get through. I'm not rushing for another 3 hours of Dune. There's still time to reevaluate, but I really struggled."
Josh, you know what? And this may prove me wrong, but I'm going to go ahead and say that if we look at the rest of these films, because they are those type of artsy fartsy, it takes us a long time to get to our point type of films, that a lot of these films probably come at in around 3 hours, especially the one where the protagonist becomes an entire different gender. I think that takes some time. I think that takes some time. I think a lot of these films come in around 2.5, 3 hours.
I think a lot of them. I think if we looked, and I could be wrong, I could be completely wrong, but I think if we looked at a lot of these films, a lot of them have long run times.
I'm doing it right now. Amelia Perez.
It's too long, and you have a vote in Best Picture at the Oscars. So
Amelia
is there any
Perez-
more evidence that we need that this shit is illegitimate? They
2
on
hours
there
and
talking
20
about, oh, it's too long. I don't want to watch all of it.
2 hours and 12 minutes for Amelia Perez. So I mean that's not that long.
That's shorter. That's much shorter than 3 hours of Doom, for sure. I'll be fair.
A Complete Unknown by who is this? James Mangold. Oh, the Bob Dylan movie. 2 hours and 21 minutes.
I mean, we're at 2.5 hours there.
Yeah, that's a little long.
We're at 2.5 hours.
Conclave. 2 hours even.
It felt
Nickel Boys. Nickel Boys. 2 hours and 20 minutes. Why are there so many? I didn't know there was this many.
I mean, it's another one that's 2.5 hours long.
I'm still here. 2 hours and 18. The Substance. 2 hours and 21 minutes. I don't know. I mean,
Is
it
there
still
some
seems like
arbitrary line? So as long as you
3
come
hours.
in under 2 hours and 30, is you hit that 2 hours and 20 minute mark, then you're fine.
Wicked was 2
that's
hours
not
and
a
40
long
minutes.
movie to everybody. 2 hours and 20 minutes.
2 hours and 40 minutes.
That okay. For what? For which movie? What are we talking about?
Wicked.
2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about for Substance and Amelia Perez. So 2 hours and 20 minutes of actual like film time is probably closer to 3 hours of actual sitting time if you're going to the theater and watching it, right? If you add in the preview time, if you add in the previews.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not looking at you. The Brutalist was 3.5 hours.
First of all, what is that movie about, and why does it need to be 3.5 hours long? Is it a fucking Lord of the Rings movie?
Adrian Brody as a Hungarian Jewish Holocaust survivor who immigrates to the United States, where he struggles to achieve the American dream until a wealthy client changes his life.
Fam, having a pick for best film, criticizing Dune for being too long, giving that as the reason why you didn't watch it, and then not criticizing the Jewish Holocaust film for the very same thing is like peak Hollywood. It's like peak Hollywood. The jokes write themselves. Oh my God, I couldn't watch Dune 2. It's too long. The first one was too long. I don't want to sign up to watch another 3-hour movie, but I have absolutely no criticism for the Jewish Holocaust film that's 3.5 hours long.
No, listen to what the publicist said.
Good
Okay, here's a little
God,
different.
Jesus,
a little
these
different.
people.
With Dune Part 2, I'd seen the David Lynch version of Dune, and I saw Dennis Villeneuve's first one, which I was super bored by. I placed it on myself when I walked into the theater. I wasn't in the right headspace. It wasn't compelling to me. I'm open to sci-fi, but I think it had something to do with whatever I'd gone through that day. So I just didn't.
Yo, these are the people that get a vote on Best Picture.
Oh man,
I just wasn't feeling it that day. It's probably my fault. Yeah. And never went back to go see it. So cognizant enough to know that you're being biased, but never did the work to go back and actually watch the movie. And that person has a vote. Don't ever talk to me about what's up for Best Picture again. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
It has
It's
something
illegitimate.
to do with whatever I'd gone through that day, but I love The Brutalist. Amazing.
Yeah.
3 hours and 30 minutes. Sure.
Yeah, I'm off of it. Next. Given an L to gaming media. So now, do you know, as we are coming up on the release of the new Grand Theft Auto, that gaming trades
are writing articles about why they should be charging $100 for the new Grand Theft Auto
I've seen
game.
that debate. Yeah.
Let me give it to you again. The trades for games, which I will admit to you, I am not as familiar with them as I am with, the Hollywood trades.
Mm-hmm.
But they are actively writing articles about why they should be charging you, Rockstar should be charging you $100 for the new Grand Theft Auto game. Guys,
It's ridiculous.
it wasn't enough that we pay monthly subscriptions to even play the game. Wasn't enough that we sit up there and we wait hours on end to download the game before we even start playing it, even though we're buying physical discs, some of us still.
After paying $60 for said physical disc.
Right? After paying $60 for said physical disc, you're still waiting hours on end to download patch data to play the game. Okay? We're dealing with all of it. We're dealing with it. It's the future, taking it, taking our bumps and bruises as we go. We're dealing with it. Now, the quote unquote journalists who suck the teat of these developers for news tidbits are doing their dirty work and telling you, the consumer, hey, you don't pay enough. You're too cheap. Get with the idea of not owning your property. Just blow your brain up on that one. But not only that, pay more money for it. Pay more money for the stuff that you should get used to the idea of not owning. Huh?
You got on just the hours of downloading. Let's not talk about the developers who don't finish games and make you pay for DLC to continue finishing the game. Let's not talk about the tons of games out there.
You jumped right into my brain on that one. Like, they've convinced people that they're actually selling you finished versions of video games. Meanwhile, every 6 to 8 months, you're buying the finished versions, like, or excuse me, the patches towards a finished version of the game. Like, I swear to God, that's not how video games used to be. It used to be like, okay, here's the game. You can play it for like 2 or 3 years. And then if by some stroke of God, if we actually like you, we will give you an additional patch on top of that so that you can play for another 8 or 9 hours.
Keyword
Shout out to Red Dead. Shout out to Red Dead Redemption. But nowadays, they are giving you like maybe 15, 20 hours of playable content. And then the rest of the game is just patches that they're adding on top of it. So it was initially unfinished, and they're just giving you patches that you are paying for. So all in all, it may end up being a $200 game that you actually paid for as much as you played it.
And I still haven't even included microtransactions that they include in the game.
Your VC and all that other shit. Yep.
And they all do it. It's not like one genre is doing it. They all do it.
Robux, all of that shit, all of it.
Oh, the game's free, but here are all these microtransactions that you're going to end up paying hundreds of dollars at least.
Fam, y'all think that Hollywood is greedy? I got this from, and I should, now that I'm using so much of the data, I should shout the person out. I actually look up the YouTube channel that I got this from. But I hadn't realized that the gaming industry had almost pretty much nerfed Hollywood in terms of output. So if Hollywood is putting out about 12 billion a year, so we're talking Warner Brothers, Disney, DreamWorks, Universal, Paramount, all of them, they're doing about 12 billion a year in output and gross profit. The major gaming industry is doing about 212. It's like not even comparable. And I don't know why I didn't know that, because when we were talking about it, remember when we were talking about Hogwarts Legacy and how they made 150 million in like a month? A video game.
Yep.
Broke 150 million. Oh, no, I don't think it was a month. It was like a week. It was like a week when they initially, introduced Hogwarts Legacy, was like breaking records, and it was crazy. It was like a superior like first weekend sales for like a movie. It had surpassed it in like a few days or some shit like that. It was crazy. It was insane.
GTA 5 was like one of the biggest selling entertainment products of all time at the point.
Time. Yeah.
Like books, movies, all that shit.
I have so many L's that I forgot. Thank God I'm in the YouTube app now.
Yeah, Bethesda come out with that new Fallout or that new Elder Scrolls. I might pay for the DLC.
You know what? I'm starting to lose a little bit of consumer currency with Rockstar, because while they create superior games, they absolutely do. The idea that I'm going to sit up here and I'm going to wait half a decade to get the next game for you is insane. Fam, I might not be playing video games in the next 5 years. Like I may not be doing this as a hobby in the next 5 years. That's a real possibility. One more kid in video games might be gone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like I legitimately may not have the 5 years in my life to wait on you creating the next Red Dead Redemption or the next Grand Theft Auto for you to be a viable studio for me. Dog, they're about to beam you up. They're about to beam you up, Scotty. You are like you were just like glowing a second ago. Yeah, when you do that, you are like about to go up to go meet the king.
Yeah,
you are going like this.
I don't know what it is about this camera and like white on my shirt, white on a black background on my shirt, but it lights it up. I don't know. Anyway, yes, you're right, but it's the consumer's fault for Grand Theft Auto taking their time with every game now.
You think so?
Grand Theft Auto 5 got so much playing time out of people between first the story, and then online in general, and then they started running with the role playing. People are still role playing on Grand Theft Auto 5.
I am going to find that. Oh, here she goes. Vara Dark at Titan Media. Shout out to her. And that's where I got a lot of the numbers that I was quoting today. Yep, Vara Dark at Titan Media.
For being honest, gaming media deserved to nail ever since they said that Miles Morales had the
Killmonger cut.
No, it was they said the was the misguided swagger of a black teen or something like that. I think it was IGN that said that. They were like
misguided swagger of a black teen.
It was another word. It was another word. It was some kind of swagger of a black teen. It was like, ew.
The misguided swagger it sent me. That shit sent me over the moon.
It wasn't misguided. It was some kind of swagger of a black teen. And it was like,
that's crazy. Sounds like Grace.
Oh, there we
Randolph.
go. Exaggerated swagger of a black
exaggerated teen. Swagger. That sounds like Grace Randolph.
It's like, ew. Shut
Very up. Black power. I have to give an L to Tank. I gotta give an L to him because the take a knee, get my face wiped, and it's not a knockdown shit. I seen people.
Tank Davis.
Tank Davis, yeah.
I thought you were talking about the singer.
No. Like, Tank Davis. I seen people try to compare that to one of Floyd's earlier fights, right? And it was the fight where he broke his hand. Right, he ends up hitting the dude. He takes a knee and tells him, "Hold on, I need to get to the corner. I just broke my hand." Which, even at that time, people felt like it was like, "Hey, either go down and take the count, or this is illegitimate. Like I don't know what we're looking at right now, right?" And I understand that, but even at that, that's still different from what I saw last night from Tank. Still different, completely different. Floyd hits the man and then takes a knee because he feels his hand crumble underneath there, right? Doesn't start punching again until it goes numb. Tank gets hit, takes a hit, takes a knee, and then tries to explain it off as, "Oh, I got something in my eye." First of all, I don't know who I'm mad at.
From his hair got in his eye.
I don't know if I'm madder at him or the ref for just accepting it and not immediately starting the count.
Crazy. ref is kind of crazy.
What are we doing? Like, it's one thing for him to make that crazy ass excuse, but the ref just sit there and look at you. Are you all right? You okay? I almost started counting there now. I almost got on my good foot and started counting there. You almost got me. I'm like, what are we looking at here? Is this WWE extended version? Like director's cut? Is this Elimination Chamber extended version?
Crazy. No, William Moloch. It was the grease from his hair. You know, his braids just got done.
To his eye. Like, yo, he's gonna let this man take a knee in the middle of the fight.
And he said it so confidently after the fight, and it was like, "Oh, the crowd can boo whatever." You know, it was just a little bit of grease in my eye from the hair. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Buddy, cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Yeah, that was I probably should just gave an L to boxing instead of Tank, but it was yucky. All right, 2 more. I'm giving an L to Fox Sports in how they have handled this whole lawsuit situation. Fam, do you know that Charlie Dixon got suspended?
I did not know that, actually.
But I bet you probably know that Joy Taylor got suspended, don't you?
I did know that.
Yeah. So homeboy been on indefinite leave since all of this rolled out, since she dropped the lawsuit. They just recently, it got leaked that Joy Taylor wasn't on vacation, allegedly. And none of this has been corroborated by Fox Sports because they haven't given comment to any of it. But allegedly, Joy Taylor's most recent vacation after she had came back and been on TV was actually prompted by Fox Sports in an indefinite leave. So now we got conflicting reports about Joy Taylor. Meanwhile, homeboy, the executive Charlie Dixon, been on executive leave whole time. Fox News has said nothing about any of it.
Of course not.
This is a circus. It's a circus. And the unfortunate part about it is that homeboy Dixon is going to be innocent until proven guilty. Meanwhile, everybody's already made up their mind. Joy Taylor's already been convicted. Already. I just feel like that shit is unfair. I feel like that shit is unfair. Nobody has been proven guilty from Charlie Dixon all the way down, but the people who are getting the worst of it is Joy Taylor. Right? Emmanuel Acho's still on TV. Dixon on a vacation. Let's just call it what it is. And Joy Taylor is the one getting dragged through the mud.
And Skip.
And that's not even, that wasn't even old girl's aim. She's suing Skip Bayless and Charlie Dixon and Fox Sports, not Joy Taylor. That's why I said her even bringing her up in this lawsuit was a bunch of fuck shit. It was a bunch of bullshit. Of bullshit just to get people talking about it.
Now, I will only say if it ever came out that what she said about what she was going to eventually do with Charlie Dixon and, you know, accuse him, that's some fuck shit. But that has to come out, and we need to confirm that actually happened. And since Joy just said it to her, I don't think that's actually going to come out.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. My last L is going out to Joy Reid, who got expeditiously fired.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, expeditiously fired at MSNBC. I mean, that was an aggressive firing.
Yeah.
It was so aggressive. I mean, not Chris Cuomo, not Don Lemon, not who else has been in got moved out of, not Mehdi Hassan, not who else has been ushered out of cable media recently? I mean, I have not seen anybody got done that fast. I mean, it was an announcement that she was gone, and then the next day was her last show.
Yeah.
There was the announcement, and the next day she was giving her last show, snot, boo-hooing, snot and blowing bubbles.
Yeah.
I have not seen nobody get done up out of there that quick.
Yeah, tough break, unfortunately. I saw that. I thought that was funny.
the fact, MoFly, that now I know that I can confirm that you would sign up for a Joy Reid OnlyFans is
Joy
the
Taylor.
nastiest of
Joy
words.
Taylor, not Joy Reid.
Joy Taylor, my bad. I
A
got
Joy Reid OnlyFans would be insane.
That's why reading is fundamental. I retract my statement. Comprehension is fundamental. I retract my statement.
He wants to see peanut butter skin in those cans. He's not the only one.
That is it for my list. Mother.
All right. Where to start? Okay, well, I gotta take off Kevin Lyles.
I'm going to get a sip of juice while you start your list. I'll be right back.
You do that.
Cool.
You do that. Chat, I'm not gonna start my list. Because the first thing I want to talk about, he needs to be here for. So
start the list.
Okay. Yep. Got it.
Just don't start with the topic that you want me to talk about.
Yep. Got it. Cool.
You're just going to extend the amount of time. I need to get something to drink. Can you
You're
start
right.
on something
Go
else?
get something to drink. Get something to drink. What are you doing? Is he going yet? I'm not going to start on my list. Anyway, chat, what up? Actually, I probably should start with my list because the thing that I wanted to bring up is not here. Anyway, let's start off with NBA Centel going away for a day after reportedly actually tweeting a real thing. First of all, if you don't know who NBA Centel is, it's a parody basketball news account that posts fake stories all the time about the NBA. They decided to actually post a real story about Paul George deciding to give up podcasting so that he can focus on the championship run. What championship run, Paul George? The 76ers are in like 12th place in the Eastern Conference. So the fact that you're quitting podcasting is probably a good move, but you're not going on a championship run. The 76ers are not doing that. So good luck with that. But Centel, they went ahead and tried to tweet that, get that off. And then all of a sudden we can't see their tweets anymore, which led many to believe that Centel got banned. I don't know if I believe that, but if I wanted to go down the conspiracy theorist rabbit hole, I'm sure the NBA didn't like the fact that they were parodying the Paul George story, and maybe they said, we got to take out Centel. I don't know, but they showed up literally the next day and everything was fine. So who knows? You muted Centel? How can you mute Centel? They're such a pivotal part of enjoying basketball. If you're into basketball Twitter, that is. Paul George has Aubrey's lawyers. Yikes. That's insane. Centel is a pivotal part of enjoying at least NBA discourse on Twitter. So if you don't follow Centel, what's up with you? So I mean, a lot of people, Stephen A. Smith said something about Centel getting blocked or whatever happened to them, banned, whatever. A lot of people were upset, man. Centel is that shit. But they're back. Literally a day later, they came back. So they're still here. All right. I literally don't want to talk about any of these other things without Homeboy, because at least a couple of things are a couple of these things are going to get a rise out of him. But I need to go ahead and get the link to the next thing that I want to talk about. What's up with John Cena's hair? Is he rocking the dad haircut now, Chillmonger? Is that a thing? Okay, let's see. For this one, I'm going to the Back of the Bus Twitter communities. If you're not a part of the Twitter communities, what are you doing? Back of the Bus, Squad Homies Twitter community page, if you're on Twitter, because we want to see what y'all think. We want to see what topics y'all want us to discuss, and that's where you can get a hold of us. We're always on Twitter. Okay, here we go. Cool, got it.
Is this a dub?
No, none of them are dubs. They're all L's. Can you see it?
This is an L that you're giving right now about Twitter communities?
No, I'm not giving a dub to the Twitter communities. This is something that I posted to the Twitter communities.
Oh, but it's the L that you're giving.
You can, get on the screen if you'd like.
No, I'm eating a banana. I refuse to eat it on stream because people are really weird about things that look like a penis nowadays. So
Admitting that you're eating a banana is probably just as insane.
see what I'm talking about? Like, why can't I eat a banana? So like, I'm never allowed to eat anything that
you
looks like
are
a banana.
allowed to. The point
crazy.
is that you're hiding behind the
Because
thing.
people are weird about it.
I think it's weirder that you're hiding.
No. People legit
Especially
don't
when you
eat
can
hot dogs anymore.
break
It's a
off.
thing.
You can break off the banana.
No, why would I do that? Who eats a banana like that? That's not how people taught you to eat a banana. That's not how they taught you to eat a hot dog.
Oh no, I don't break off a hot dog. If I'm gonna eat a glizzy, I'm gonna eat a glizzy. Pause.
Yo, that sounded nuts.
It did, but if I'm gonna eat one, I'm gonna eat
But see,
one.
that's where we are nowadays.
But a banana, no, I'm just gonna break the. It looks even crazier. You just coming off a screen from. We saw the banana peel. If anything, I'm just gonna make gorilla jokes. That might be even
Now
worse.
it was a sexual thing. Now it's racist.
That's. I was trying to give you that out. At least you're not, on the other side. You're just a monkey. Anyway, all right. So it's been a little while since we talked about this dynamic duo. And earlier on the Twitter community, on the Back of the Bus Squad Homies Twitter communities, I asked the question of what I don't even remember what the actual question I asked was, but I'm asking you guys now if you would want to join a situation like this, because it's got to be a bad look for literally everybody involved, except maybe the people who got paid for throwing the event. Maybe not. I just think if you were in this crowd, you'd probably be a little upset that they took a video of it. Marcus, I still wanted to get your take on if no, we're not doing Game of Thrones. I don't even know Game of Thrones lore.
Let's take if they would ever do Game of Thrones Tywin Lannister origin movie. I am agnostic to anything furthering the Song of Ice and Fire storyline. So anything that is additive to that, I am totally agnostic to. I don't want to touch it. I want to stay away from the Song of Ice and Fire forever. Anything that advances any other part of Game of Thrones, literally any other story from Game of Thrones, I am down with. I do not want to touch Song of Ice and Fire ever again. If possible. Like, if possible.
It's okay, William Olek. I'm on episode 1.
I'm on 3 episodes. Episode 3? Well, you know what? I commend you for actually advancing your Game of Thrones knowledge, unlike other people.
All right. Anyway, so we've got Marcus's
on the screen.
We've got Marcus's cousin here on the screen.
I am not related to that.
And I want to know if this is a bad move. Like, if you paid for an event, would you be upset that they decided to videotape you in this group setting? Because it looks bad.
So we did a thing, man.
We do it live, baby. Let's go.
Okay.
Hey,
Before I move even further, this just looks like
I'm
a
about to
very
say,
motley
like
crew.
the first quarter of the screen. So
This looks insane.
we're doing it live, baby.
My boy right here is wearing a fake Versace shirt.
But you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, it's not that much AO. This is exactly what I would expect to see at one of these conferences.
This is fake
exactly
Michael B.
what I would
Jordan.
expect to see. Like
This is
some socially awkward individuals, maybe some individuals that need help with confidence.
This
Like-
is Michael C. Jordan.
No. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Like let's take it a completely different route. There are probably some generally interesting individuals in this room. Like
Yes.
that.
Well, no,
There-
it would be interesting if they
There
were.
are generally interesting individuals in this room. There are people in this room that you would sit down and have a beer with.
I
right?
absolutely would if they weren't here.
The problem is that they are probably, generally speaking, a little bit insecure and
misguided now too.
vulnerable enough to listen to the two fuck faces that were in the video to start. And that's the unfortunate part of it all. And
Very
that
unfortunate.
they're going to be led towards what the other two fuck faces are doing.
and that's not going to make them any more appealing. Actually, less so, even less so than what they are at this very moment right now.
Okay, so then I will take back my Michael C. Jordan joke here. I'm not taking back my fake Versace joke here. Well, this is actually fake Versace, but he is very clearly trying
that's
to
a real Versace shirt. The point of all of this is that can be real Versace that he's wearing right now, and it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
But the point is, I think he's wearing that because he's trying to portray something that I think Fresh and Fit would lead you to believe that you have to be in order to be a high value man. That's my point.
Sure. Let's go with that.
That's funny. That's actually hilarious.
Look like they eat a banana while they laying on a stomach with their legs kicked up.
Especially Myron.
It was oddly specific.
Like,
very specific.
My boy back here thinks he's wearing Cartier glasses. Like, I think the point that I'm trying to make, at least with some of these guys, is that they're portraying something that they think they need to be a high value man.
I thought there were so much more people in this room than what actually.
There's not that many people.
Well, the reason why I knew that there weren't that many people is because I could see this individual in the maroon suit, like before they completely panned over to the left and got the rest of the room. So I thought we were going to like lose Buddy in the Versace shirt, lose Buddy.
We're still here. We're still here.
We're still in the same spot. We tried to pan, but we just didn't go that far.
Not that far at all. And this is basically the end of it.
That's what makes me so sad.
They only added 2 more people.
They had to have known how trash all of this was the moment they seen the amount of people that signed up. Like, if I came to this conference and saw that it was only this amount of people here, I'm like, fuck. Damn. Like, I had to have been one of the only 40 or 50 people who actually got convinced to do this. I thought it was going to be hundreds of people. Thought it might have actually been thousands of people who also would have got convinced to do this. That would have convinced me that this wasn't a major waste of my time. Instead, I came here and immediately saw 50 other people and confirmed that yeah, I'm a dipshit.
This person looks like a person we know.
Can you zoom in? I can't really see.
I don't know if it'll let me zoom. Yeah, it's not gonna let me zoom.
No, it's
video.
Just, I can't tell who you're trying to sneak this, so sorry.
I'll tell you after. I'll tell you after. It's I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's just it kind of looks like that person, and it's just kind of funny. Anyway, all right.
Pray for you, folks.
Yikes. Isn't Fresh the same nigga who let a thought finesse him?
Yes.
Yes. Only fools follow Fresh and Fit. Agreed. Which is why, like, as much as I want to give these guys the benefit of the doubt, they're at a Fresh and Fit conference. And so, unfortunately, I think they're misguided. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, next thing. I want to give an L to Future, even though this kind of fits his character a little bit. So Future apparently has had a relationship with a girl for the past 5 years, and she is recently deciding to go to social media with it. And that's not that crazy. And honestly, it sounds like it's in Future's wheelhouse to have some
a secret
like
relationship.
Yeah, that sounds right up his alley.
I don't know if it. Well, I'll let you finish telling the story before I judge. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, the only thing is, like at one point, she's taking a video and they're like arguing back and forth with each other. And while I am completely aware that Future is both a simp and he's the toxic king, this don't fit either one of those wheelhouses, and it just fits a real weird vibe for me for Future. Let's see if I can pull it up. Oh shit. This one. All right.
My page deleted. So if you know, now he's threatening to have my page deleted. So if you know, go follow my other page. But it's like, at the end of the day, babe, I will take this off TikTok and we will go to Instagram with it. Okay. I will go to Twitter with it. I will go to ever social. Listen, babe,
I really hope this is the
Who
video.
are you playing with?
Here we go.
Bro, don't worry.
Don't text my phone. Don't text. Excuse me? Stop fucking playing. Listen, at the end of the day, I promise you on my life, on everything in my life. All you had to do was shut the fuck up. All you had to do, you keep on fucking playing with me over and over and over and over and over and over again. You're gonna fucking learn. I promise you. Because I'm gonna fucking teach you. I promise I'm going to teach you, bitch.
Now, okay. Clearly
I'm not
wild.
gonna lie. All I heard that nigga say in the background was, "I don't know you."
I don't know you, bro.
So that was far from a confirmation of a secret relationship.
Well, no, she's been saying things outside of that video.
Okay.
The point is, like I said, that doesn't really fit my thought of what Future's vibe is. I feel like Future would be like, "I'm good, love," and then hang up the phone, not sit there and entertain an argument with a girl while you know she's like videotaping the whole thing. Like, it just doesn't fit what I think of Future, and it's just like,
I don't know. I can't make heads or tails out of this particular situation. Again, from what you just showed me, it seemed like he said several times, "I don't know you," and that was his response.
Maybe she's capping. Maybe she's capping.
At the same time, I do understand why celebrities would want to keep their relationships private.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know how that would lead into what we're looking at right now. But yeah, no, I mean it. I don't know. This is kind of a weird situation.
Again, I only fit him in an extremely simp role where he's talking about, I know I'm gonna get my bitch back, ooh, and go and fuck that nigga, get it over with. That's simp Future. And then there's the toxic king that we all know. So like, this doesn't fit either one of those boxes, and I need her to quit because she's fucking up the vibe of Future. That's all I'm saying.
She's fucking up the vibe of Future. It's crazy.
She's fucking up the vibe.
What if he actually like pretend wifed her, and then he just
no,
like
it's not even the 5-year relationship. It's the argument. It's Future, bro. You don't need to argue with this. You don't need to do this. Like, tell her I'm good, love, and then hang up the phone.
Or not even pick up. You're right. He didn't even have to pick up the phone. Didn't have to be on the phone with her at all. And him repeating, "I don't know you," lets me know that he probably knew that she was recording it. So then why even pick it up? Yeah, I mean, niggas do dumb shit too. We got to.
Yeah, I mean, you know, play his fuck up. Play his fuck up. I'll give him that. But like I said, it just didn't fit my thought.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm giving a L to Trump supporters, but I'm doing so with the help of She Is Amani B. Let's watch this video.
So there's a white woman's video who's gone viral talking about going to Mexico to get dental work.
So I just got the quote from the dentist in Mexico I've been looking to go see because, no offense to my current dentist in the United States, I love him. He does a really great job, and I wish I could go to him. I just can't afford dental care in the United States.
And while there were a ton of comments and people talking about the medical care system and kikiing with her in the comments, my spidey senses told me to dig a little deeper. And here's what I found.
Ah, what a beautiful morning. So grateful that Trump got in
I'm
office.
throwing a party.
So much easier.
Fam, how do you get from Trump is in office, everything is great, I'm throwing a party, to my dentist is too expensive, and he hasn't even been in office a full 2 months yet? I like
be a low information voter.
You're going across the border that you keep telling me is supposed to keep the Mexicans
illegals
out of our
illegals out.
country.
I need to go where the illegals are coming from to work on my tooth. Yeah, no, be a low information voter. You don't have to know how your ideology actually makes sense practically when you're a low information voter. It doesn't have to make sense. You just follow the idols and the figures. That's how the political systems are supposed to make, right? Oh, I'm a Democrat. Oh, I'm a Republican. There are people up there flashing these signs at me, telling me where to go, what to follow, what's right, what's wrong. I don't have to actually break down and legitimize it to you. I don't have to tell you how this works practically. I'm a Democrat. I'm a Republican. We hate Biden. We hate Trump. That's how flattened out we've made our politics nowadays. So yeah, she was happy when Trump got elected. Somehow that was better for her life because, you know, this is America and she's white.
And then she found out that, things didn't immediately get better for her and her broken ass tooth after Trump got elected. And now she's going to where all the illegals and rapists come from and drug dealers to get her tooth fixed.
Like, just explain to me how we're making America great again when you're going to Mexico to get dental work.
Making America great again with Mexican teeth.
Like, they're also making your landscaping great. They're also, let me not Kelly Osbourne in this situation. That's just a joke. Okay. Speaking of white women who are very clearly very privileged, and to the point that they think that they can even murder. I wanted to talk about a situation that's making headlines over on Twitter, because we have found ourselves in the crux of yet another situation where a interracial relationship has ended because the white woman has killed the black man. A black man who has previously tweeted things like, about dating white women being better than dating black women. And so now, obviously, the discourse on Twitter is the fact that he kind of deserved it because he clearly should have been with black women. He clearly denounced being with black women. And so now he can enjoy himself in this white women's relationship and be killed for it.
I want to say that snow bunny hunting black men getting murdered and then covered up by their white girlfriends in 2025 is kind of like the whistling at white women back in the 40s and 50s. You know what I'm saying? That is the modern day whistling at white women. Just take note of that for all those who are interested or involved in those kind of entanglements. But yeah, no, it's never a
that's crazy.
That's
crazy.
It's never an excuse, right? I mean, murder is murder, wrong is wrong, right is right. It sure does make you, weary a bit less when it's an individual who obviously hated himself so much that he hated the people that looked like his mother and grandmother and sisters, aunties, nieces, and whatever else, I mean, you run into those kind of guys every now and again, and, it's not dead on me that usually when you have a guy that's that blatant about it or willing to speak about it that way in terms of his preference, if you can even call it that when it's like that, but it's like that, it's usually, oh, well, I've dealt with this, that, and the third with black women, and they've convinced themselves somehow that there are no women that do that very same thing in a race. They've boiled it all down to the race of the women that they've had problems with. And again, it's no different than being a low information voter, right? You're not forced to deal with anything that you might have done to fuck them relationships up. You're not forced to deal with any of the process that went into you choosing that partner, right? The choices that you made to even get in that relationship in the first place, right? You can absolve yourself of all blame and responsibility with just boiling it down to somebody else. A race? Man, there's such a wide net of women that I don't have to explain why I can't get if I can boil it all down to race. Man, that makes it so much easier for me and my inadequacies and my inability to woo black women if I can just say all black women don't like me. It goes twofold if I say, ooh, let me take the power away. I don't like black women. Who gives a fuck about me not getting no play now? I don't want to play with you.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of that in this, but I'll tell you what I think is very interesting in these situations is the unmitigated gall of the white women to craft these stories that clearly don't make any sense. We talk about the Christian Obumseli, the other guy who got killed. She thought she'd tell them that she threw a knife from like 10 feet away. And in this case, the girl... And then in this case, the girl, they came home from a drunk night of arguing, And then she claimed that she was cleaning the gun and thought the safety was on. Y'all clearly think y'all getting away with murder.
Fam, that is why I say this the modern day like Carol and Brian shit, because what they're doing is they know who their partners are. They know what they get online and say. They know who they are to us. They are picking the individuals who we will not run to defend. They pick the individuals who we will not sit up here and say, hey, you can't do that to my brother because he don't carry himself as my brother. They pick those ostracized individuals because those ostracized individuals will connect back to them before they'll connect back to us. It's not a mistake that these type of women who are violent enough to murder a man. You got to think about these white women that have done this. They're not very imposing. They are the frailest of frail. So they are violent enough that they can murder a grown-ass man. They're not mistakenly falling on partners that hate themselves. They're not mistakenly falling on partners that hate women that look like them or hate women that look like their mothers. Abusive people look for individuals exactly like that. So they get to hide right in your insecurities. They get to put their violence squarely in your insecurities. This ain't about you liking white women. This ain't about you. I can't get with black women. Black women do this. They ask that. They got attitudes that all women have attitudes. All women have flaws. All women are crazy.
Facts.
And you were just telling me what lack of knowledge you have of women by trying to boil crazy down to one race of them.
And to add to that point, these women also are very aware of their environments and know that by killing you, they also somehow look like the victim because they are the white women and you're the big black man, big
and
scary black man.
Have that. They will have that forever. There will never be a time that y'all are together where she won't be able to turn into a white girl and be like, "Oh my God, he's violent. He hates me."
They're hoping to go to court to get a jury full of white women and white men to feel their pain. And
protect yourselves. Protect yourselves. Protect yourself.
Facts. Okay. 2 more, and then we are out of here. I wanted to give an L to the city of Atlanta. And I guess because some of these cases are Fed cases, I guess, but these are all tied into the city of Atlanta. The fact that the city of Atlanta PD are trying to basically blame Lil Baby for some gang-related deaths of some teenagers. So the fact that
shit is crazy.
The fact that some teenagers have died is clearly sad, but and it might have been gang-related. But to literally blame Lil Baby for this, and then to basically tell people that you're going after Lil Baby now in his situation, especially so close to what just happened with the Young Thug trial. You're clearly going after these individuals. You're clearly going after rappers.
Josh, you would have thought the nigga went and did the shootings himself. You would have thought the nigga organized the shootings himself. Do you know why they're saying he's responsible? Because he shot a music video in a rival gang's area. I'm sorry. Did you just blame a performer for murder, police officer? You, yes. The keeper of peace, the peace officers, right? The law and order, you blaming somebody shooting a music video for somebody getting... So then you're completely useless then, because who we should really be going to about gang violence in our neighborhoods is fucking Lil Baby. We need to go to the rappers and tell them to stop shooting music videos in rival places. That's what we need to do to end gang violence. We don't need y'all. That's why we need defund police. Obviously, he's telling us that they are powerless. They have no control over what happens in their city. Who has control over it? Lil Baby and his music videos. So why do we need you? What the hell do Atlanta need a cop city for when everything boils down to where Lil Baby shoots his fucking music videos?
Or what Young Thug got going on? You know, this reminds me, and crazy enough, we were just talking about 2000s in hip hop. there was very clearly a portion, at the very least, of the NYPD who they called the hip hop police because they spent their time essentially harassing and making cases on rappers in New York in a very similar way. And it's just like, how does this keep happening? Why do we keep blaming the rappers for all the things that are happening in our city? We took an oath
not
to protect the city.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
It's the rappers. It's the rappers. Chicago banning Chief Keef and Lil Durk from performing in their city. Like, dog, do you understand there's an undercurrent of crime happening in your city?
The building back that he bought for you. What about the key to the city you just gave Lil Durk? What about any of the money that he donated? Are you giving that shit back? They asked the mayor, are you going to give his donation back? You going to give his money back since he can't perform in the city ever again?
No.
Man hasn't been convicted of anything, by the way. Hasn't been convicted of shit. Right. What has Chief Keef been convicted of? Why he can't for performing in his hometown? Good God.
It doesn't make any sense. And the fact that you're dedicating police manpower, police budgets to harassing rappers is insane. They're not causing the crime. You need to address the actual crimes happening in the city. These are lazy takes. Stop it. Okay, my last one should be a quick one. You know, a lot of times I looked at some of the things that Kendrick has said during the beef with Drake as prophecy, and some of those things eventually came true. A lot of the things that he said in the age a lot of the things that he said in the beef are aging very well. Party in the party playing with his nose, dog. It's a thing. He is definitely on the nose candy. For him to
diss in Tory Lanez.
For him to diss Tory Lanez without speaking to Tory Lanez, without addressing what actually happened and what was actually said, for you to take it to wax before confirming is coke behavior. It's giving coke.
People do that nowadays. On coke or off of it.
It's giving coke. Well, yes, people do that regardless, but in this case, you went off the handle and said, boy, I don't fuck with you. I don't know you. We not friends or whatever he said. Bro, I'm in jail. I'm trying to fight this case. I don't know what you're talking about. Confirm with me if you're going to take it to wax. Men everywhere, speak to the person that you have beef with to confirm it's beef before you just fly off the handle.
That's probably a good, yeah, absolutely. What a great thing to say. You should probably confirm with the people that you have beef with that you actually have beef before you just start speaking wildly.
Have a conversation is what I'm saying. Especially when it comes down to a miscommunication like this. Like, if you have a phone number, call that person. Just saying.
There's a reason Party wasn't in Elimination Chamber with Aubrey.
Was Drake actually at Elimination
Chamber? I was gonna say, was either one of them at Elimination Chamber? I didn't see that.
That's kind of crazy.
It wasn't Toronto. It was definitely
Party was pretty black on that album. I know that much for sure. Party's music for people who snort coke in the morning. Now I will say, Party had a great first album and second. Second was okay. What he's been dropping recently has been dog shit, and I don't understand. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, he was ringside.
Party or Drake?
So you mean to tell me he canceled? Oh, we haven't talked about this.
Wait. Drake was ringside or Party? He said there's a reason why Party wasn't at Elimination Chamber with Aubrey. Drake was ringside at Elimination Chamber.
He canceled his tour dates in Australia to show up to Elimination Chamber.
To go pick it at Elimination Chamber. So make this make sense. So he has scheduling conflicts that kept him from making those tour dates. Meanwhile, on a Saturday evening in Toronto at 7 Eastern, he's sitting down fucking off. People, they weren't buying those tickets, y'all. The New Zealanders didn't want to see it. The Australians didn't want to see it. And that's embarrassing because he had to go all the way there to sell some tickets in the first place.
I'll do you one further. Some of them were buying tickets, but the only reason they were buying tickets is to ask him for donations and gifts. They tried to Dr. Umar this man at his concert. Donations, gifts. My mother is dying. Give me money, Drake. Like, That's why they were buying tickets. They thought this was
a giveaway. He did do the XQC stream right before he went down to New Zealand, didn't he?
Yeah.
He like, man, let's boost these ticket sales, man. Maybe y'all might get a gift if y'all comes into the concert.
I mean, he settled with iHeart. Well, we don't think that's money though.
I don't think that's money because again, there was no seek of monetary compensation with iHeart. He was asking for information. So whatever information he was asking for, they gave it to him. Let's see if that helps him in his, his ventures further with UMG.
You know what? Now that you mentioned that, I will say this. If that's the case and iHeart gave him money, that's cool because the real partnership is behind UMG and Spotify. And where they can actually control things would be with the streaming companies, not the radio.
Let me be clear. I don't give a fuck if he get paid or not. This was never about Drake suing you. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. That's not hip hop. I was worried about the battle.
Oh, no,
worried about Drake versus Kendrick. All of this shit got to do with him. This is his business now. This doesn't affect the battle either which way for me.
But nothing is impacting the battle here because you've already clearly lost to Kendrick. This
shit is over. This shit has been done. There's no relitigating this. Is over. And honestly, I'm surprised we got through this entire stream without somebody else who's also trying to relitigate their legacy. And your boy, North Carolina's very own.
He's trying to relitigate his legacy?
Yes.
With court documents? What are we talking about?
Who do you think I'm talking about right now?
No, I think you're talking about Cole.
Right.
He's trying to relitigate.
Why is he back outside talking tough again?
Oh, well, no. Wait, so let me say this.
Back outside.
Let me say this.
Tough again. Go to your corner where you wanted to be. Go sit
Clouds.
down.
Clouds was tough. But at the same time, I don't want to hear you talking about some of the things you're talking about. That's the problem.
Up. It's over forever. I'm not playing this game with niggas. It's over for done. Dunskies.
You can't do that no more.
Outside talking.
You can't do that. Yeah, that's a fact.
Shut up. Oh, Clouds was so dope. No.
Clouds was from a lyrical standpoint.
No, you're not allowed.
But it's the subject matter.
Penalty.
It's the subject matter.
It's a penalty.
It's the subject matter. Yeah, it is. I agree. Yeah. No, I think he still has the talent, and I don't think we ever refuted that. I think you need to take a different approach on your subject matter because nobody wants to hear I'm the best and I will take down anybody.
That big dog energy is gone. It's gone.
But I think he can craft an album that's still good without alluding to that, though.
Yeah, but he clearly doesn't.
But he's not. But he's not. But he
wants people to still bow and still treat him like he is one of them ones. And we're not doing that no more. Every time you talk like that, people gonna be like, "Hey, what about Kendrick though? But what about Kendrick? Hey, but what about Kendrick? But what about Kendrick?" You're never gonna be able to get away from that. You were the one. Oh, come on, I got my chin out. Hit me with your best shot. You wanted to do that shit, right? You wanted to be the bigger person. You wanted to be the mentally sane. You know what he did? He convinced himself that he would be more mentally stable and sane as a competitor, which is crazy, but you would be more mentally sane outside of the beef than you would have been competing within it. And I think he's finding now that people have readjusted their perspective on Cole. He's starting to feel that. And now maybe it's like, oh, well, maybe I got these bars. And it's over with, but I can still slide you one of these bars every time I want to. And I can still talk about you subliminally and I can still get these jabs off. No, shut up. Shut up.
What if he kills another rapper? Like, what if he engages in a beef, or what if somebody engages in a beef with him? He destroys them, but it's not Kendrick, obviously.
Ooh. Yeah, I was gonna say who.
I mean, I don't know who. Like, what if Joey Badass starts swinging at him instead of Kendrick because he couldn't get him, and then
not J. Cole needs to catch a body.
But can it be anybody other than Kendrick or Drake?
Sure, but it's got to be a name. Not Joey Badass.
Okay, so it's got to be Big Sean, Wale, maybe
in that realm, yeah. Because here's the thing: one of your peers, one of the people that popped out with you, challenged you, and you backed away. So if we're saying that bodying another rapper is going to even that out in people's minds, then you gotta Got to come with somebody. Got to somebody notable.
Well, actually, he threw a rock and then hit his hand. That's what actually happened. Because he
Sure.
did this.
Yeah, he did this. He did
But then he
this.
said, "No, take that shit off. That was corny," and then
Yeah.
took it off the street.
Yeah.
Which is probably even worse.
And now he's back outside, still sneak dissing. I don't want any of it. Wash my body of
that's
it.
fair. That's fair. I am glad he still got it. I don't know why I would think it ever left, but yeah, you don't need to be saying bars like that.
It's a
So I'll
good
give you
time.
that. Yeah, I think that's everything I got. I think that's pretty much it, chat. It's been real. It's been absolutely real.
Showski.
Y'all been funny today. I like the energy. Yeah.
That is W's and L's. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Put your W's and L's in the prompt below. Make sure you like. Oh, I said that again. We do this every Sunday live. You can catch the replays every Wednesday at 10 o'clock.
Absolutely. Make sure that you check out previous Dubs and L's in our playlist to catch up on some of the stories that we talked about in previous weeks. And then, like you said, make sure you subscribe. We like to do the actual recap every Wednesday at 10. Chat, it's been real. Make sure y'all are here Monday at 10 o'clock for Invincible recap. And then obviously throughout the week. Let's get these numbers up. Twitter, if you're on Twitter, make sure you check out the communities. So many calls to action. The Pantheon Clips channel. Just
Follow
posted
the
another
Pantheon
one up
Clips
there.
channel. Follow it.
The ASAP Rocky one was doing numbers for a little bit. I think that's it. Twitter communities, ASAP Rocky. Nobody's dropping comments about what y'all want to see in channel memberships, so make sure y'all do that. I think that's it. That's a lot of calls to action. Sorry, but
do it all. But do every last
do everything. Just do everything.
If you missed one, run it back, listen to it again, get all the instructions. Do it. Do it.
Facts.
Do
All right, y'all. Peace.
Cue the Wayne.